The girls had some incredible games from 9 till 1 this morning, but now it's time for the boys' side of the combine as we've got Team 1 and 2 taking off now. Starting in between the pipes over on Team 1, it's Aiden Carrion over for Team 2, backstopping Orange, Khalid Rayani. And we'll see what these games can bring. We got some high-scoring action, especially in the last girls' game of the day. That was a 4-2 thriller. And we're hoping for some more elite soccer, just like we've been seeing so far. It will be Team 2 in orange getting the opening touches as they'll bring it back to the left-hand side. The left center back, Tanner Takats, plays it over to the perimeter. Fast pace to start this one. It's quickly sent across to Nathaniel Smith. He'll play it back to Takats. And now across to the keeper, Rayani. Rayani finds Takats. Lots of pressure here from Blue in the attacking zone. Now streaking down the left wing. Nathaniel Smith, he's stopped up through center. Shozar Mualim shuts down that attempt at a pass, and Tanner Takats will be forced to double back to his own end across to Dublin Bailey. The keeper steers it out wide. Here's Smith. Beginning the rush. Orange have some numbers coming this way. Nathaniel Smith to the left side. Top of the box, it's centered in front. Chance for Achanita. Sent out once again. Singh Bangu looks on net, and that's a nice first stop. A tough first touch of the day for Aiden Carrion, but diving across to his right, able to get it, that stop. And Blue will look to begin the counter. Charlie Atkinson, cross to the right side. It'll be steered back to the netminder, Carrion. Now once again, Atkinson. Achadina steers that one loose. It's a nice move by Maxim Achadina. Step away from coverage. Now an aggressive check here. Coming through from Boquist. Boquist able to get that one loose to Josar Mualim. The two number 125s will battle back and forth as Achadina and Mualim go at it. Steered across to the far perimeter. You can hear the great communication from both these sides. A high level of compete shown all throughout this combine. Keith Ezguera has it on the near side. He'll cut to the middle. Ezguera still going with it. Ezguera gets it back. That is until it's quickly stymied by the Orange defense. They'll look to advance the other way. Not a whole lot of manpower here for Orange, but they'll chip it far down the pitch. Bangu hoping to run onto that one. Given some pressure there to Brody Peters, but he's calm and collected. Connects with his midfield. Sangha looking to send a through ball. That one much too far through. It'll roll out of play for a goal kick for Khalid Rayani. Speed in transition has been the name of this game so far. Already a few good chances at both ends. It's not a game that's been getting bogged down in the midfield like you often see. Jack Nicholson spins it across to Boquist. Boquist looking for that through ball. Running onto this is Milo Braid down the right side. Braid cuts to the corner looking for the cross, and that one, bit too much gusto on that. Might be able to keep it in if his teammate can run onto it. Just unable to get there in time, and in fact had to slow down before he took himself out over the fences. Having quite a lot of speed there was Nathaniel Smith. Achadina looks to shadow the defender. It's played across to Mualim. Mualim able to get that back to the defense. And now to the near side. Luis Campos had it for a moment. His pocket was picked by Orange, and they're going to be able to connect to their mid, Ben Boquist. Boquist, brilliant sidestep on that attempted tackle from Rowan Hughes. Boquist connects up the middle. Look here for Josar Mualim. The strike comes through, and that hits the outside of the post and back out. Pardon me, the shooter there was Maxime Achadina, the center mid coming in from Van Isle Wave Boys, and he had a good look there. Outside of the post. All that stops him from getting the first goal of the boys' side of the combine. Blue lift a long one down the pitch. Khalid Riani happy to stop that one and wait for his team to touch up with options. The defense will chip it over to the left side where Nathaniel Smith awaits. He's already put on the Jets a few times. He'll do it again here. Sets up Ben Boquist just outside the box. Boquist looking for the strike. That's knocked down in front by Luke Harris. Strong block by Harris, and then once again these midfielders will go at it. An aggressive tackle and some really great fights between the two number 125s, Mualim and Achadina. It's the second time we've seen them get tangled up. Orange, another attempt here, but that shot was partially blocked and it only trickled its way through to Aiden Carry On. He'll pick that one up and carry on. Lengthy goal kick. Hoping that he can have a run on from Keith Esguerra, but that one just a little bit too far in front of him. Abhijit Singh Bangu taking that one right down the middle. Unfortunately for him, not a whole lot of help there, and Charlie Atkinson able to lift his leg off the ball, and he's got some room to work with. Atkinson sends it through to Esguerra. He's able to knock that one down. He's got a defender right on him. That's some brilliant one-on-one coverage there from Jack Nicholson as he'll strip the attacker of the ball, and he's bought his team a throw-in. Nicholson takes it back. He'll send it now to the right corner. Ran on to by Boquist. Boquist looking to corner. That one's right out to the top of the box. The strike trying to come through, but that had so much backspin. It was going straight down, and then it bounced hard left. No chance for the finish. Blue trying to head the other way. That's a good pickpocket from Achadina as he won that ball from behind and then was fouled when Blue tried to recover. He's bought his team a free kick. To the outside we go. Nathaniel Smith has it. He'll play it back to Takats. On the path to pro, he'll get it right back to the center back, Dublin Bailey. Now Takats. To Bailey once more. Bailey lifts that down to the right corner. Jack Nicholson trying to run onto it. He'll get it. Can he keep that one in? Just unable to do that, as it'll hop past the goal line for a kick for Aiden Carry On. Carry On across to Luke Harris. Harris back to the goalkeeper. A long drive up the middle, knocked down by Maxim Achadina. Achadina back to Takats. Takats and Bailey play some give and go. Now Takats will try to launch that down to the left corner, and that one just a little bit too far ahead of his winger. Admirable job to try to keep that one in. Made contact, but it will be a goal kick. Still searching for the first goal of this game. Not for a lack of chances, but this game has been all transition so far. We've seen it back and forth down the field, but not too many grade A scoring opportunities. Rowan Hughes. Back to the defender, Harris. He'll send it to Carry On. Has to be careful. There's a striker right there, and Carry On dishes it off just in time to Luke Harris. No one pressuring Luke Harris, so he's going to take his time with this ball. And finally, they'll start to exhibit some pressure, but Harris still handling it across to the netminder. Well received down low there by Charlie Atkinson with two attackers on him. A mistake there would have been deadly. Rowan Hughes steers it further forward. Knocked away by Takats, who will play it across to Khalid Rayani. Here comes Orange. Ben Boquist In pursuit of that one, steers it to the outside for Nathaniel Smith. He'll beat the first defender, Smith, in tight, looking to center that one in front. Escapes the defenders, but no one's home to chip that in. Now Jack Nicholson, top of the box. Orange looking for their first shot on goal since that first shot of the game. Now here it comes through, and a decent attempt from that sort of distance from Nathaniel Smith, but it'll be handled with ease from Aiden Carrion as he'll make that save on one knee and connect with his midfield. Charlie Atkinson furthers it to Mualam. Mualam stripped of the ball from behind by Ben Boquist. Now he's got a look, top of the box. Boquist the strike, and that's blocked in front. As Luke Harris was able to step into that shooting lane. Nicholas Sinicic was tackled from behind, and so that's going to be a free kick here for Orange. Good possession by Sinicic. Now the kick, blocked in front by Brody Peters. Rebounds loose. This is a great opportunity, and they were looking for the striker on the outside as Milo Braid had snuck behind the defense, but the pass never came through. And now Blue looking to get back to the offensive. They haven't done that in some time, but now a chance developing. Lift Munson down the left wall. Munson racing to keep this in. It's a race he'll win, but the defender strips him of the ball, so it's to no avail. And back comes Milo Braid. Braid, pitch wide. That one knocked down in front. Ben Boquist able to recover. Boquist trying to spin away from Brody Peters. Back to the perimeter. That was a good defensive effort from Luke Harris, and as he was trying to step away, he was held onto by an Orange player, so that will result in a kick here for Blue. And Mualam given some time and space. He'll use that to connect with Sangha. Sangha dodges not one but two consecutive tackles. However, third time's the charm as they'll knock him off the ball. But Blue quick to recover. Here comes the through. Racing for it's Campos. And it's a race he won't win as the defender had the inside track. However, it shall be a corner kick as it was cleared straight out of play by Dublin Bailey. And we'll get the first corner of the boys' side of the combine. And on the girls' side, we did not actually have a corner converted into a goal. We came about as close as you can get. We had a post, we had a crossbar, but nothing directly converted on from a corner. The boys' side looking to change that. Here comes Team 1. Crosses right to the center of the box. The header comes through, and it's over top of the net. A respectable attempt on the header there. Coming through from, I believe, that was Charlie Atkinson. But it's over top of the bar. And Khalid Riani gets the goal kick. Coming up on our substitution break here. Blue able to strip this ball through the midfield. They've got numbers coming back the other way. It's Charlie Atkinson. He'll drop it down low to Mualam. He's got some space. Mualam steps around the defender. The strike comes through and a diving stop from Khalid Rayani. A strong attempt from Jawazar Mualam, especially from that distance and shooting across the body. But Rayani gets the gloves involved and he'll keep this game scoreless. Here's Dublin Bailey. Launches one down the pitch. That's a nice feed from Bailey as that'll connect with the wing mid. Starting the attack, the through. It's Ben Boquist on the outside. Shadowed by a defender. Great tackle. Sliding was Charlie Atkinson to strip Nicholson of that ball. And that'll head for a blue kick there as the ref didn't appreciate the tackle. We'll have it played back to the outside. Luis Campos gets to that ball first. He'll trade spots. Looking to center that one was Justin Paulson, but just couldn't get to that ball first. Now Orange once again looking for the counterattack or the first goal of the combine. Milo Braid stops up top of the box. Braid dangles around one defender. He's through two, but the first defender able to get right back up. That was Liff Munson. Missed his first tackle, but second try got him good. Now it's Blue with a look the other way, but the pass from Mualam intercepted in front by Dublin Bailey. And he'll connect with Achadina to the outside. Nathaniel Smith puts it back down the middle, headed well by the defense. I'll connect with the mid, and now it's Himat Sanga. Sanga, give and go pass. Trying to get to that ball, and the defense one step ahead. Just one, mind you, as Nathaniel Smith doggedly pursued by those blue pennies. He'll get away from it, and it's Achadina with it now. Achadina cutting right between the defense down the middle. Going for a run to the outside. Jack Nicholson with some space, puts it back down the middle, and the keeper coming out to challenge is Aiden Carry-On. The header attempts shall not be fruitful in this endeavor. Josar Mualam puts it through. Opportunity developing here for Sanga. Steps to the right. Sanga looking for the shot. Defense is right on him, and that's a clean tackle. They'll get that away from him. Perhaps just one too many moves made, although he never really had that shooting lane he was looking for. Keith Esguerra drops it to Mualam. Mualam puts it back out in front. Another opportunity here for Blue. Racing Liff Munson trying to get that in front of the net. Orange, a stifling presence at the top of the box. Keeping it to some perimeter offense, trying to change that. Here's Aguera looking for the centering bid, and that one skied way, way out of the pitch by the Orange defense. And we'll have to wait for a passerby to return that before we can resume the action. Still knotted at 0 here, not for a lack of opportunities. Both Aiden Carry-On and Khalid Rayani have been busy in their respective goals. And there we go. The ball has been returned. Looks like we're nearly ready to go. The Blue will complete some substitutions on the fly here. They'll swap 3 players. And now the throw is good. Mason Thetty, one of the new subs. Able to send that one in front to Himat Sangu. Trying to make moves 1-on-2. Sangu able to get through both. Now a race for the ball. And jumping on that one, Khalid Rayani. One step behind was Luis Campos. Ready to tap that one home. Had Rayani taken even a split second longer. Orange will send that down the pitch, but straight out. And that will be a throw here for Joe Reed of Blue. A tackle taking down Josar Mualam through center was not legal, and that will be a quick kick for Blue. Back to the defense we go. Mason Thethy will steer it across to Charlie Atkinson, who puts it up the middle. Now a race for the ball. Can he get around it? Sharp angle, scores! First goal of the combine for Justin Paulson, as he'll put in a sharp angle tally to give Team 1 a 1-0 lead. Great patience by Paulson there. Had to outweight the keeper who came out to challenge. Steered it to the left, and I thought he might run out of runway. But in the dying meters of the pitch, he's able to put that across and in. The left winger from the Cowichan Valley Soccer Association with the first goal of the boys' side of the combine. Orange had some great possession, especially early on in this half, but in the last couple of minutes has been all Blue. We'll see if Orange can answer. Not going to be on this play, however, as Rowan Hughes stifles that passing lane. He'll intercept for Blue and now sends it down to the right-hand side. It's Justin Paulson with it again, perhaps a chance for 2. Paulson, he's around the first defender. Second one fouled in the box, but that's a clean tackle, as he was ball first before taking out Paulson. And now Orange the other way. Bangu trying to run onto this one. It'll be the defense there first, and the goalkeeper there trying to connect with the defense, sent it instead straight off the striker and out of play. So it will be a goal kick. Here's the netminder, Carry-On. That was put right into the feet of Declan Valles, but as it was right into the feet, it kind of threw him off his balance, especially with a hard ball from that kind of distance. Valles pursuing the orange attacker here. Achadina has it. He'll cut through one defender. Achadina looking to get the through, and it's just behind Milo Braid. Thought he might try the shot from that distance, but the pass taken away. Here's Moalim. Once again, the two number 125s are going to do battle. Moalim, a nice move to try and stay with the ball, but it will be Achadina coming away with it. But the shot is not a lot of power and well wide, and that'll be harmless there for Blue. Approaching the halfway point of this game, 1-0 for Team 1, courtesy of Justin Paulson. Hematsanga plays that one back for Brody Peters. Now forward, Justin Paulson running to keep that in. He's tackled from behind, and sure enough, that is going to be a kick, as that was definitely not ball first. And this is a tough angle for a kick. Hard to believe that he's going to go for goal from an angle like this, but he'll have certainly plenty of passing options. This right here is probably going to function more as a corner. Paulson keeps that one low, drops it right into the box, but it is the defense there first who's able to clear it back the other way, and now a chance for a counterattack, albeit it is 2-on-4. It's Evan Lee over on the far side. Lee plays that one back. Now across for Dublin Bailey. Bailey with some room. Up the middle he goes. Now Achadina puts it to the striker. Long drive comes through, and that one steered over top of the net. Aiden Carrion gets a glove to that. Hard shot from Abhijat Singh Bangu. It will be a corner. They'll say it's the other side, so lining up on this near corner to take the kick is Milo Braid, the right winger from Surrey United. So this is certainly a pitch he should know well. Braid takes the corner, near side. Here's the kick, curling into the back of the box, just over top of the heads, waiting to tap that home. And it'll be steered back out to the midfield. Knocked down by Nathaniel Smith, who was fouled from behind. That's going to be another kick here for Orange. Another one where it's going to be tough to go for goal from a distance like this, and sure enough, they'll elect for the quick pass. Achadina hoping to take advantage of the defenders not ready for that play. Achadina slows down. He's got options, still going with it top of the box, 1-on-3. Achadina still got it through all that coverage, and once again, he's going to be fouled. Really impressive play there by Maxim Achadina. And this is a kick where you very feasibly could go for the goal. And it will be Achadina getting to take the kick, as he's the one that drew it. They'll put a wall at the top of the box. Maxim Achadina from the Van Isle Wave 2008 boys team. Here's the drive. Achadina going for it, but took that one just a little wrong. He'll hang his head to the sky as that misses down to the left-hand side. Still, he should feel good about what an incredible play it was to get that kick in the first place. Here's Brody Peters. Back to carry on. And a long kick up ahead. Handling, that's the keeper Rayani. Across for Dublin Bailey. Bailey sending one forward for a run on from Bangu, but it will be the defense there. Now out to the right side. Long centering ball, trying to find Sangha through the middle, but that one's stopped up by the defense. Bailey threads it through. Now a long drive. hoping that Bangu can run onto this one. He'll get there just before it goes out. And then once again, the tackle happening right as the ball went out of play, but the referee going to say that this is a goal kick, and that's a call I agree with. And that ball sent over into another pitch, so we're going to have a replacement ball brought on from the bench. Looks like we're ready to go. Over to the left-hand side. We should be moments away from the half, and as I say that, that's exactly where we'll be. We'll take a break here from Cloverdale Athletic Park in beautiful Surrey, British Columbia. You're watching FTF Canada Vancouver Summer Series Combine 2025. Currently 1-0, courtesy of Justin Paulson for the team in blue. And that 1-0 lead is where we stand after the half. I'm Zach Clark, and I'll be right back with you in about 2 minutes' time to bring you the rest of the action here from Team 1 and Team 2, so stick around. Hello everybody and welcome back to FTF Canada Vancouver Summer Series Combine here from Cloverdale Athletic Park in beautiful Surrey, British Columbia. Currently a 1-0 game for the Team 1 team in blue, courtesy of number 185, Justin Paulson. Now that one brought immediately back by Luis Campos, trying to center that. Hoping Evan Thomas could run onto it, but it will be the defense there first, and Thomas with a foul, so it will be sent back the other way here for Orange. It was a dominating possession, I thought, in the early stages of the game for Team Blue, although it definitely evened out. Now Orange feeling this pressure. Ball narrowly able to stay from going out of play as Tanner Tkatz trying to race around Luis Campos, but he stays right with it. Campos, another foul infraction here will go against Blue. They're going for some aggressive tackles. To be fair, when you're this far away, a kick's not really much of a threat, so why don't you go for those tackles? Here's Achadina. Across to the outside. Pass, handled by Nathaniel Smith. Trying to get it back to the defense. Has Campos right there, though. You can tell his Orange defenders feeling the pressure from the Blue forward core. Anaka makes a move through the midfield. Orange starting a rush here. Jacob Anaka down to the left-hand side. Evan Lee inside the box. Sharp angle. Lee puts it on target. And that one stopped by a diving Gavin Wagstaff. Of course, I should mention goaltenders, as always, will change at the half. Gavin Wagstaff backstopping Orange, and Franco Campos, pardon me, who was the one that made that save, backstopping Blue. Campos getting to play with his brother, 141, Luis Campos. Orange stop it up through middle. Achadina takes it away. A burst of speed to get through the midfield. Achadina makes a move, trying to get to the net. 1-on-3. Achadina still going. Defender has it now. Achadina right back on it. But it will be able to be cleared there by Blue as Rowan Hughes takes it the other way. And once again, Achadina presenting a formidable threat 1-on-3. Offside on the left wall there was Declan Vales. And the shortest player on the men's side of the combine. It is a tie between a few different players, but no one shorter than 5'2". Jacob Anaka. Gets it to Barclay Meyer, who'll play it to the outside. Now receiving this one, Nathaniel Smith. Smith down the right wall. And that one just unable to be received by his teammates. Head out for another goal kick. This one will be Franco Campos from the Lake Hill Soccer Association. Here's Blue with possession, Joe Reed. Blues defense certainly feeling the pressure from this four-man forecheck from Orange. Not often you see that many attackers that far up. Now a battle at the midfield. Jacob Anaka trying to play that one back to the defense. It was taken away by Luis Campos. It will be retrieved by Orange quickly as Ben Boquist sets up Achadina. Achadina, that one knocked across before being retrieved by Blue as it's Himatsanga doing battle alongside Nathaniel Smith over on the far wall. Those two playing one-on-one. Declan Vales gets there, knocks it across to Justin Paulson. Long-range strike, and that's well over top of the net. In fact, over top of the fence as well. And we're going to need our third backup ball. Well, I assume that that's the original one by now. Back to the keeper we go. Gavin Wagstaff. He'll take his time as the referee holds on. And we're good to go. Barclay Meyer, long drive up the right-hand side of the pitch. Running onto that's Jackson Draffy. The defender's there first, but Draffy's right on him. That one will go out, but I don't believe Draffy ever touched it. No, they'll say that he did, so it shall be another goal kick. This time the other end of the pitch as Franco Campos lines off to touch. The 2027 graduating netminder launched that one up the pitch, although to not much avail as it's quickly intercepted by Orange. Centering ball stopped up here by Blue. Now brought to the near side. Joe Reed from the OKFC. Plays it down to Rowan Hughes. Trying to get it to Justin Paulson in the far corner. Beating him to that on a race was Jacob Anaka. Anaka up the middle. Knocked down by Ben Boquist. He's shadowed by a pair of defenders trying to chip it to the near corner. A race for this one. Netminder's going to come out to challenge. And it was just inside the box, so he's able to scoop that one up. That been about a foot to the left. Might have been a bit of a disaster. Crisis averted as Campos will kick that to the near side. Reed has some room to work with. He'll forward the ball, but it's taken away here by Orange, and the counterattack begins as Evan Lee races down the left side. Lee through two defenders, trying to get through three. What a move by Evan Lee, still out now to the top of the box. Finds his teammate with that pass, but no finish executed there from Bangu as he really didn't have a shooting lane. Now here's Blue. Declan Vales on the outside. Despite a small frame, a really great physical battle there by Vales. He'll win it right back. Blue trying to steady. Here's Joe Reed. He's got a lot of room to work with. And sure enough, he'll connect on the near side. Rowan Hughes trying to get that one back to Joe Reed. He'll take a couple bounces on its way, but all's well that ends well as Reed receives. He'll send it back to the keeper Campos as he didn't really have any other options, and that's steered across to Atkinson. Atkinson, a lot of room through the midfield. Chips that one through. It's a nice lead for Bangu to run onto. He's 1-on-2, top of the box, retrieves the ball. Bangu's still going, sets it up in front. The shot off the post and out. Looking skyward there as it's oh so close yet so far. The finishing touch from him at Sangha. It's about as close as you can get, but no chance at doubling the lead there as it'll stay out. Wagstaff, the youngest goalkeeper on the men's side of the combine, will forward it to Ben Boquist. Boquist now, long lead feed for Milo Braid to run onto. He'll do just that. Braid steps around the defenders. That's a marvelous move by Braid. He's in tight, 1-on-4, not a lot of options, and he'll still manage to get a corner. 1-on-3. I'd say that's some pretty great attacking from Milo Braid. We'll see what they're able to do with this one. It shall be Braid to take the corner. Kick from Braid. It's high, but it's dropping fast. The header came through, but just the wrong way there from Jackson Drafey as it clipped the back of his head on the way down. Sent back into the box. Campos hangs on before rolling one across for his defensive line. Declan Vales makes a move across for Luis Campos. Luis Campos to Bangu and just offside. He knew it too as Himit Songa was bearing down on the box and just a step ahead of the defender when that pass was sent. We'll have an oh-so-brief substitution break here as Blue will sub about 4 players. And now we're good to go with Gavin Wagstaff taking this kick. Lengthy feed from Wagstaff, and that's exactly what he needed, is running onto it. It's Jackson Drafey at the corner, and the defender just got there first in time to throw a bit of a pick, got in the way of the run for Jackson Drafey. He never got a touch, and therefore it'll be a goal kick. Good inside positioning from the defense. Justin Paulson, still the lone goal scorer of not just this game, but the whole boys' side of the combine. Got the last touch on that one before it was knocked out by an Orange player, so we'll have a blue throw. Here's Joe Reed. That pass up the middle, a bit dangerous as the multiple Orange pinnies swarm, and Ben Boquist forces a turnover. He's 1-on-4 at the bottom left. He'll be taken out. That's going to allow Joe Reed to get a safer pass going, although it's not going to be well received. Now still another dangerous chance developing for Orange. Thankfully, that is able to be shut down by Jozar Mualim. Or pardon me, that was Keith Esguerra with a nice defensive play, but now another chance for Orange, and the shot comes well over top of the net as Ben Boquist got a bit too much under that from that distance. That'll be a few feet above the crossbar, and no trouble for the netminder Campos. Now Campos easily the shortest goaltender in this combine, at least for the men's side. Standing at 5'4", next shortest is 5'9". So when you are a smaller goaltender, you've got to be really quick on your feet and agile. He's certainly demonstrated that thus far. Over on the far side, it's Liff Munson looking to get that ball out of his own end. Munson back to Atkinson. He'll send it to the netminder before taking a return ball. Oh, dangerous pass out in front, was nearly knocked down, and now a chance here developing for Orange. A race for that ball going to be won by Liff Munson, but the rebound still loose out in front. A good partial shot block coming in from Luke Harris as he got mostly in the way of that. By the time it made it to Campos, that's not a threat at all. Orange, I'd say with the Lions' share of the chances. Another one here, and that didn't miss by much. A strike coming in from Bangu, just over top of the net. As Orange have come oh so close, not once but twice now, to evening this game at one goal apiece. But close, but no cigar. Hemat Sanga fouled from behind. It's going to be a kick for blue. Good sportsmanship there as the two exchange some smiles. Luis Campos, bottom right corner. Nice move around the first defender. Campos looks to put this up the middle. The strike comes through and just couldn't get everything that he wanted on it. Was Declan Vales. A tough shot as by the time the pass made it to him, it's just a little off the ground. And it will be Flagstaff able to stop that. Or pardon me, Wagstaff able to stop that. Vales knocked loose to Sanga. Back to the defense. And across to Justin Paulson. Paulson steps away from the defender to Vales on the outside. Vales sends it down the middle. Defense able to get to that header before Campos could, as he was the intended target. Reed stops up that ball there. Joe Reed corrals it across to Liff Munson. Now to the right corner. Campos has an angle, steps around the defender. Campos goes to the net. The strike, he scores! Luis Manuel Gonzalez Campos gets his first goal of the combine to give Blue a 2-0 lead. 6'5" striker from Bays United FC. Some good patience to step around the defender, and well, once you get into a spot like that, there's not too many strikers that are not going to be able to bury that. And Luis Campos certainly not one of them. He'll have his first. And a commanding lead now for Team 1 as we're well into the second half, and they're up by a pair. Ball stolen through center. Orange looking for a quick response. Ben Boquist bears down on the defense, but Joe Reed able to shut him down. Boquist gets involved once more. He'll battle with the opening goal scorer, Justin Paulson, but it will be Paulson who comes out on top as he forwards it to him at Sanga. Sanga takes it to the perimeter. Ball will be chipped out there by Barclay Meyer, who elects for the blue throw. Liff Munson trying to send that one over to the right wall, but that'll be right between his two teammate options there. Out of bounds for a throw for Jacob Anaka. Anaka sent out in front. Ben Boquist trying to get it back to the defense, but it is going to be Sanga who's able to take that one away. He gets it to Paulson, top of the box. No shot option there available, so he'll send it back to Sanga. His pocket picked by Jacob Anaka, but the referee doesn't like the tackle and will have a free kick. And from that distance, a scoring opportunity and a chance for Blue to triple the lead. Sanga will take the kick. They'll go for a simple two-man wall. Here it comes. Sanga going for the pass out in front. Dangerous ball. Here's the strike! And that one kept aside. I believe that was Sky just over top of the net. Goaltender not needing to get a piece of that one. And Brody Peters with a grade A scoring opportunity. And that was not over the bar by a whole lot. Was a bit of a lucky bounce to set that one up, but you know what they say, you got to be good to be lucky and lucky to be good. Here's Orange. Ben Boquist. He's had a few nice setups. He'll find Meyer on the outside. Pardon me, that's not Meyer, that's Abjot Singh Bangu chasing that ball. That will be dropped back now out to the middle. Bangu looking to get that one-touch pass. It'll ricochet off a couple bodies in front before finding Nathaniel Smith. His shot blocked before it ever made it to the keeper. Now sent across to Keith Esguerra. Down the middle, Esguerra. To the perimeter, Joe Reed. With some room across to Paulson. The pass, however, stripped before it ever made it to Paulson as Anaka gets into the passing lane. Sanga takes it away from behind, and he'll get it back for Vales. Slowing this one down, it's Esguerra. To the outside, Paulson. That gap quickly closed by the defender. Paulson able to shake that one loose, but the pass blocked up and sent back the other way. So Blue, lots of time and space here for Brody Peters to make some decisions. He'll find Esguerra. And back to the center back. To the outside it goes, Liff Munson. Maxim Achadina able to take that one away. He's had some great individual efforts. The ball comes through for the cross, and Campos diving in, gets to that one, and had to be quick on the rebound. Right on his doorstep was Ben Boquist, but he's denied at the last possible second by Campos. He's selling, but Campos sure wasn't buying. Now here's Moalim. Makes a move around the right side. Moalim beats the defender with a burst of speed. They've got numbers. Here comes Blue. Moalim still making moves. Gets himself into the box. Slows down. He's got some passing options, but Moalim still doing it himself. Sends it out in front. And that one, the keeper got just a piece of it. Vales. Still a dangerous chance here. Sanga spins, looks for the shot. And once again, the defender able to get a piece of it. The last couple plays for both teams have been all set up, no finish. Still the goals from Campos and Paulson for Team 1 being the deciders. Here's Sanga. Chips that one back. The through ball comes ahead, but it will be the defender who runs onto it before the forward can. Another attempt, but it will be Joe Reed shutting down the pass. Liff Munson to Moalim. Mualam showing a whole world of creativity. Down in the right corner, he's 1-on-2. Mualam still running away with this ball, and he'll get it across to Liv Munson. Back from Mualam, not a lot of room to work with. He'll put it into the box. That one tipped on net, and a diving stop there. Getting across was Gavin Wagstaff, and boy, cat-like reactions from the netminder, as that wasn't a particularly hard shot on the initial one, but that took nearly a 90-degree deflection. He had to dive over to his right while already moving to his left. Deceptively difficult save for Wagstaff, but he'll make it nonetheless. And now it's Zguera. He'll send that ball off the defender and out, buying his team a corner kick, and we'll see what Blue can get done. It'll be Mualam with the kick. He'll elect for a deep one to the back of the box. It hops over the team to Vales. He'll knock that one way up into the air. It'll be brought back to the defense. Joe Reed on the near side. He's got a lot of room. Elects for a long strike, and that one just over top of the fence that surrounds the pitch and out once again. But they've got the backup ball ready and waiting for Wagstaff. Here's Blue in their own end. Trying to advance it, but Jack Nicholson stymies that forward pass, and he'll connect with his strikers. That one dropped back. Nathaniel Smith trying to go for a run. Steps around Zguera. Smith now to the left-hand side. Chance for Evan Lee in tight. Lee with the step, the shot, and that's stopped by Campos. Lee probably wants a redo on that shot as he put it right onto the netminder. And Campos makes another stop. Luke Harris has it in his own end. He'll find Liv Munson. Munson to the outside. I believe that's Evan Thomas. Munson will take it back. He'll chip it off the defender. Or I suppose rather the attacker. And it'll find his teammate as they begin their way up the pitch. A slow but sure march. Barclay Meyer able to shut that one down, but it's sent out, and Declan Vales will take the throw. Vales puts it up the middle. Bangu on the run. That one stopped at the top of the box, just outside the key, and Boquist chips it back for his defense, and they'll now begin the rush as Boquist trying to step around the midfield. They're clamping on him like a vise, though. Really, really quick tackles coming in here from Blue, and sure enough, they're going to find their way to possession once again as Keith Zguera finds the ball. As I've said, that Orange able to steal, and they've got potential rush here. Lots of room to maneuver. Slowing that one down. Barclay Meyer to the outside. Achadina outside the box, trying to put that one in as a through. Running onto it's Jackson Draffy, but it will be the defense there first, and they'll choose for the safe play, kick it out for a throw-in. Jackson Draffy from Van City Pro Football Academy, just unable to get to that one. This game likely in its final minute here, as it shall be a victory for Team 1, but Team 2 would love to get a late consolation goal here. They'll send it on target. Campos didn't even break a sweat for that save, as he'll reach out to snag it out of midair. Here's Joe Reed. To Mualam. Mualam to Sangha. 1-on-2. He'll find Mualam through the middle. Once again, the two number 125s will go to war, and once again it'll end with one of them being taken down. Those two have been throwing physicality at each other all game long. Ben Boquist. Here's the through, having a race for that's the netminder Campos, and it's a race he'll win, albeit barely, but that's all you need to win it by to end the game. That'll do it for Game 1. It'll be the Team 1 in blue taking a 2-0 victory, courtesy of goals from Luis Manuel Gonzalez Campos and Justin Paulson with a tally each. Game 1 in the books here from the boys' side of the Combine. We'll take a short 5-minute break before bringing you Game 2 between Team 3 and Team 4. That's up next. You're watching FTF Canada Vancouver Summer Series Combine from the Cloverdale Athletic Park in beautiful Surrey, British Columbia. I'm Zach Clark, and I'll be right back with you in about 5 minutes' time, so stick around. You don't want to cross to Rizika Deshaw. His long bid intercepted by Aziz Begumkulov. Begumkulov, however, couldn't hang on to that one as the ball is launched down the pitch. Fletcher Geddes de Onofrio able to find that one first, although it'll be sent out of play, and we'll have an orange throw. Joshua Gilbert looking for it on the far side. He is engaged in a one-on-one battle with Begumkulov. Now down the left wall. Looking to center. That ball will go just out of play. It was a good run there from Orange, but just couldn't quite keep that one in play. Back to the netminder. With a striker right on him. Cut that one about as close as you can, but Nicholas Harland able to bail out his defense on that play. He'll connect with the midfield. Gianluca Di Tommaso forwards that one. Now a through ball to be ran onto. Carter Cox down on the far side and couldn't run onto that one was Finlay Comstock as the defense gets there first. But Comstock's speed has just bought his team a corner kick and a good opportunity to try and take the 1-0 lead. Comstock's going to let his teammate take that one. Carter Cox on the kick. He'll put a low one into the box. Defense is there first as that's handled by Nathan Donikowski. Donikowski lifts a long one up ahead. Joshua Gilbert knocks it down. Handled on the far side by Cuthbert Juco, but unfortunately for him, just trickles out of the bounds of play. It'll be knocked down once again. Continues to be a pretty much picture-perfect day here as the sun hopefully continues to hide behind the clouds. I know that when I played, it was never too much fun to play in the blaring sun, but this has been pretty nice all day. Another throw in here given to Orange. Or pardon me, given to Blue. It'll be Aziz Begumkulov to take this one. Takes a deflection for another Blue throw, so we'll rinse and repeat that. This time it's Xavier Ledoux to take the throw. That was intended for Finlay Comstock, knocked down in front and retrieved by Oliver Rick for Orange. He'll send it to the netminder Oikel. Oikel back to Rick. Now Oikel going to take a return bid, but the striker's right on him and he can't get the ball. Scores! And that's going to be the first goal of the game for Finlay Comstock. All off of just a bit of a defensive breakdown. And when the defense kind of panics and throws it to the netminder like that, if he's not able to get it off quick enough, which with a bouncing ball he's unlikely to be able to do so. It's not a tough goal for Comstock and not really any individual error there so much as it was kind of an error of the whole defense and goaltending for Team Orange. And Finlay Comstock, the striker in the path to pro, will be getting the first goal for Team 3. Now Orange trying to get out of their own end a bit cleaner than they've been able to in the past. Giving some pressure to Ryuto Yamashita. He'll have to play that one back to Nihal Sandhu. Sandhu to his netminder. And that's how you're going to have to pass to the goaltender. You always got to keep it flat and easy for him to get away as quickly as possible, especially with the speed that we're seeing from both of these teams' attacks. Gabriel Rizika-Deshaw gets it to the outside. Amos Kerzmicki Sends a centering ball down the middle. It's going to drop right to the box, but Orange with numbers able to get there first. A heavy tackle. And that, sure enough, will be called foul. And Orange will get a kick. Reese Curtis back for Oikle. Now up the middle, nice little stutter step maneuver to get around the attacker there. I believe that was Cruz Moreno who made a nice little fake out. And no, pardon me, that was not Cruz Moreno with that. Instead played over to the near side. Right back to the action on the outside is Blue. Still haven't had too many grade A opportunities for Orange. It's been that one for Finlay Comstock off a defensive breakdown, been the goal. It's lifted sky high before falling down. Headed backwards, that's a marvelous through to Cruz Moreno, who's going to be able to find it. Now a race for the ball, and that's a race the keeper wins. As racing out to challenge is Nicholas Harland. Harland rolls it over to Nihal Sandhu. Sandhu sends that one forward. Nice through, connects with Mateo Porshki. Porshki. Challenged, and it's a challenge that Paolo Michel is going to be able to win. He'll send that across for Kurzmicki. Looking to forward it, and wow, what a finish from Finlay Comstock. His second goal of the game. I tell you what, it's been two nice little tap-ins for Finlay Comstock. That one deceptive. I thought for sure the keeper was going to be able to get to that. And Comstock, the last-minute redirection, finds the back of the net. He's doubled his tallies. And interestingly enough, this game has started just like the first one did for the girls' side of the bracket, where it was one player in blue getting the two opening tallies. That one was Mira Dillon, and now Finlay Comstock replicating that success. He's got a pair. 2-0 for Team 3. Orange going to desperately look to advance as Lincoln James handles it down the right side. James dodges the slide checkle artfully. James, he's still going. That one, James to the front of the box. James in tight, and that's stopped by Nicholas Harland. I feel that James might have gotten a little lucky there. I think it might have glanced off his arm. The ref didn't catch that one before he got the shot away. And Harland with a brilliant stop. It will, however, be a corner kick, so Orange another opportunity to get their first tally of the combine. A corner going to be taken by Jacob Boyd. Boyd with the kick. It's high, deep in the box, goes over top of the head. Now an opportunity on the rebound, and unable to be corralled home. I was looking for that was Cuthbert Juco. Still a chance here in the box, diving for it's Harland, and he nearly took out a pair of players there, but hey, as a goaltender, got to do what you got to do to get that ball. Ball sent through the middle by Blue. Bit of an error as that's going to be intercepted here, courtesy of Orange. Racing for it the other way is Oliver Rick. He'll get there just before the outstretched boot of Kazarmiski can. However, it is corralled loose to Paolo Michel, charging the box. Michel, give and go, finds Comstock, and he'll take it back at the bottom left corner. Just kept that in. No, not quite. Hard to tell from my vantage point whether or not that crossed the line, but the referee with a much better view says yes, that escaped the field of play, and we'll have another stoppage for Finlay Oikle. Now back the other way, Blue dropping it for Nahil Sandhu. He'll play it to the wing for Amos Kazumirski, but he's double teamed, and sure enough, Orange going to head right back the other way as Cuthbert Juko looks to advance. His pocket picked as Mateo Porschke able to come away with that ball. Trying to chip that forward to his striker, but it's going to be intercepted there by Gabriel Ruzicka de Shaw, who connects over to the left winger. Now a lead feed for Joshua Gilbert over on the far corner. He'll carry it one-on-one with Ledoux. Trying to send that up the middle. Opportunity here goes just past. I don't think Lincoln James had expected that ball to make it through. Still not out of trouble here. Here's Cruz Moreno in tight. Another rebound goes over top of the outstretched leg. And Lincoln James couldn't find that rebound either. This time it was Blue who was able to kind of steer that one away from him. Couple of good chances for Orange. They're trying to get back into this game. Down 2-0 courtesy of Finlay Comstock having a pair of goals for Blue. But it's been Orange with the best chances as of late. We've got about 7 or 8 minutes left in this half. Slowing down plays, Nihal Sandhu, as he's not under any pressure. Now Orange will start to close the gap, and he's forced to dish it off to Paolo Michel. Looking for the long feed up ahead. That one blocked in front by Orange. Going for a run with it to Nathan Donikowski. To the outside, here's Cuthbert Juko. Juko gets it to the perimeter. Long feed comes through, top of the box, and that's a brilliant defensive header there from Nihal Sandhu, who's going to send that out of danger. Quickly recovered here, streaking in tight, Ruzicka de Shaw. He'll make a move around the first defender. Still going with it, Ruzicka de Shaw. That one tipped in front. Kai Jackman looking for it, but Jackman unable to get to that before the defense could. Now here comes a through the other way. Defender's got to be careful with 2 blue pennies near him. Not a whole lot of help here for Reese Curtis, but he's calm, he's composed. He'll step away from the attack and spin it over to Cruz Moreno. Now he'll go up the right wall. Moreno to Lincoln James. Over in the corner, James puts it back in front to Moreno. Grade A chance. Moreno in tight, and that didn't go how he wanted it. Moreno missed by a margin on the right-hand side, and it'll be another kick here for Nicholas Harland. It's a shame its perfect elevation was aiming just below the bar, but the rangefinder off on the right-hand side. Harlan not tested on that shot. Here's Nihal Sandhu. Sandhu, long through ball. That's marvelous to Amos Kazumirski on the near side, and he'll get there before it runs out of runway. Kazumirski, one-on-one battle with Oliver Rick. He'll find it. Kazumirski to the center of the box, and a defensive header will steer that away. Cruz Moreno. You hear the call-outs from his teammates, letting him know he's got time to maneuver. But it will be Blue who come away with that, and the shot from Amos Kazumirski able to go off the defender before out of play. So it'll be another Blue corner, and we'll have a quick substitution here before we get the corner kick, as Blue will substitute on 5 players. I'm going to take a 30-second hydration break, so I'll be right back with you. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to FTF Canada Soccer. Here's the corner kick. That comes through, low box, the header, and that's skied well over top of the net by Aziz Begum Kulov, as he got just a bit too much under that. Thus, the upward momentum. Here we go down the pitch. Joshua Gilbert slowing it down. He'll find Jacob Boyd. Furthers back to the defense. Now running onto this one's Carter Lindstrom. He'll send that through. Opportunity developing here as Joshua Gilbert storms the net. Gilbert, he's at a sharp angle, still in tight to the box, trying to center. No one can find it. Juco had a chance for a brief moment, but he was tackled by the defender. And Team Blue will emerge unscathed, as it really has been all orange all the time for the last few minutes. But they still have yet to crack the netminder Harland. Cruz Moreno to Carter Lindstrom. Trying to run onto that was Joshua Gilbert, but it is Harland who gets there first. Can't fault the effort, so he really gave that everything he had. Here's Blue. The lead feed from Lucas Graydon, unable to be ran onto by his teammate. Graydon gets involved. He'll block that pass. It's retrieved by Jacob Boyd. Boyd with some room. Sends a soft one over to his left back. Trying to advance that one down the pitch for Cuthbert Juco, but just a little bit too far away for him. Stolen here, and a chance developing for Orange. Racing onto it, Joshua Gilbert on the left-hand side, trying to get it in front. Gilbert kept to the perimeter of the box. He's still got possession, puts it up top, and Kai Jackman sends that one to the moon, and it'll land in the pitch on the other side. So we'll have our backup ball in play. Shots like that are always difficult, and when you're having to take it at such speed, gauging the elevation can often be a task. That one sent well high. The wind has blown a second ball onto the pitch over on the far side, but it's far enough out of play, it shouldn't bother anyone. Lucas Graydon. Back across for Finlay Comstock, who's already got two. Comstock trying to beat the defender on the outside, but Oliver Rick with him every step of the way. Comstock centering pass, clipped the defender in the back, and it'll ricochet across to Oliver Rick. Rick gets it back to the outside. Now he'll forward it. Lincoln James corrals it forward. Cruz Moreno back down the middle. Lots of room. Joshua Gilbert one-on-one around the keeper. Gilbert shoots and he hits the outside of the net. Oliver Gilbert, he beat the goaltender, but he couldn't beat the goal as he'll hit the outside of the mesh. And Orange, they've come so close so many times to scoring their first goal of the Combine. But as it is, Team 4 still looking for their first. Damian Kessenheimer on the back end. Gets it across to the right back. The attempt at a long drive down the pitch is stopped up in front by Lincoln James. Long shot. Hit the back of the player in front. Jacob Boyd retrieves the rebound. It's still loose in front. It will be Blue able to come out on top as Lucas Graydon steadies it for his team before sending it across to Carter Cox. Stolen once again by Orange as they'll begin the rush down the left side. Good back check. Slowing down play here. Blue getting in the way of that shot as Finlay Comstock knocks it down through mid. Some good one-on-two maneuvering here from Kai Jackman. And then Jackman, a tackle from behind. Disagreeable for the referee as Paulo Michel went down hard, and that'll be a free kick here for Blue. Looking at the time, I would imagine that this substitution shall be the last break we have before the halfway point of this match. Nihal Sandhu. Across for Damian Kessenheimer. Played back across. Now one knocked down, and again the referee disagrees with the tackle, as do I. It was player before ball, and we'll have a kick here for Orange as Oliver Rick draws the foul. That one knocked up in front, quickly turned over here as Gianluca Di Tommaso shut down that passing lane, and interesting decision to go for the shot from that distance. I suppose the keeper wasn't exactly expecting it, but it did miss high and wide. Here comes Orange. A through ball if his winger can run onto it. Joshua Gilbert sprinting to do just that. He'll narrowly keep that in. Gilbert slows down as the defense is caught up. Gilbert makes a marvelous move around the first defender, but he catches right back up. Damian Kessenheimer, artfully executed one-on-one. . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 . 1 Begum Kulov forces Orange to double back to their own end. As Rizika Deshaw knocks it over to Carter Lindstrom on the near side. He'll race to keep that in and just unable to do so. It'll be a blue throw just before the halfway point of the pitch. Sandhu. He'll play that forward. Finlay Comstock looking for the through ball. Trying to run onto that was Damian Kessenheimer. And I tell you what, if this pitch was 5 feet longer, that would have been perfectly executed, but ran out of room to maneuver. That'll be shut down by the keeper, Finlay Oikel. 6'2" goaltender from Lake Hill FC, the tallest goalkeeper in this whole combine. Now here's a long lead ball for Cruz Moreno to run onto. That's a respectable header given the circumstances, but that's never going to be a threat to score. And Nicholas Harland hangs on. Nihal Sandhu. To Di Tommaso. He'll play it back to Sandhu. Now ahead for Comstock. Comstock trying to split the defenders with that pass, but Carter Lindstrom shuts the door. Lindstrom, he's able to find Moreno down the right side. Cruz Moreno already had one chance from this angle. He'll put it down the middle. What a save by Harlan. The rebound's loose and they score. That's put home by Joshua Gilbert. An amazing save by Harlan on the first attempt. Sadly won't matter for him, as Orange are able to find their first goal of the combine off the boot of Joshua Gilbert. They'll cut this lead in half. We got a 2-1 soccer game. The halftime whistle likely to sound at any moment here. Comstock back to Sandhu. Now trying to forward that one. Orange exerting a whole world of pressure, and sure enough, that's a turnover. Lincoln James, he's got room, trying to storm the net. And catching up on that defensive effort was Paolo Michel. It will deflect out, so James gets the throw in. Is going to leave that for his defense to take. Here's the throw. And deep, jumping for it was Jackman, but it escapes him, and now the ball will be sent all the way back to Nathan Donikowski from Surrey FC. Couple nice moves there from Reese Curtis, but it's not going to matter as the ball will be chipped out of play, and it'll be a blue throw deep in their own end. Orange slowing down, blue trying to advance. Orange through center. Kai Jackman stopped the first pass attempt from Azim Begum Kulov. He'll get another chance. And now here's a throw-in. Couple ball eagles circling the pitch as we await what might be the final couple touches of this half. That'll deflect out this time for a blue throw, fairly deep in their own end. Nihal Sandhu up for Paolo Michel. He's shadowed right there by Lincoln James. One-on-one battle here. Michel and James still going at it. Nice job by Michel to stay right with that ball. What a touch by Finlay Comstock, who went between his own legs to send that over to the left side. Oliver Rick, a couple good defensive efforts. And that will do it as Carter Lindstrom shuts down the final attempt there for blue. Will hit the halfway mark of this match. Another entertaining first half. They really all have been so far here today. We've been blessed with some entertaining soccer from this FTF Combine. But as it lies, Finlay Comstock, a pair of goals in the first half, has his team up by 1 as Joshua Gilbert sawed that lead in half. That's where we stand through this one. When we are back, the continuation of this game between Team 3 and Team 4. We'll get a goaltending switch up, and we'll see how this one continues. We'll take a short break here from Cloverdale Athletic Park. I'm Zach Clark. We'll be back in just under 5 minutes' time to bring you the rest of the action here from the FTF Canada Vancouver Summer Series Combine. Hello everybody and welcome back to FTF Canada, Vancouver Summer Series Combine here from beautiful Cloverdale Athletic Park in Surrey, BC. Continuing this game, currently a 2-1 lead for Team 3 in blue. Team 4 in orange, just one goal back, although they got the latest one to saw that lead in half. Of course, goaltender switch as there always is at the half. It is now Aiden Carry-On behind Team Blue on the left-hand side, and behind Team Orange, Khalid Rayani on the right. Blue bring it back to Nihal Sandhu over on the left-hand side. Sandhu forwards it over to the left wing. Good couple touches here as Blues start to advance. That one's cut in front before being blasted back the other way by Nathan Donikowski. Gets it all the way to the keeper, who's going to throw a long one to Sandhu. Sandhu trying to get this one through. That's a lengthy ball, and it lands right at the feet of Logan Chong. That's a nice transitional play from Sandhu, but Chong didn't have the runway there to get anywhere with it. And on the near side, it'll be Cuthbert Juco. Back the other way. Orange able to shut that one down before Blue could advance any further, although Chong going to play some give and go here, trying to get that one back out in front to Carter Cox, and he just couldn't quite find that ball. And now to the near side, it goes for Cuthbert Juco. Back to the defense. Nathan Donikowski plays some give and go with Reese Curtis, and he'll get that one back in front to Kai Jackman. Once again to the near side for Curtis. Now Juco. Juco steps around his man, was looking for that through, but just couldn't get it by the defenses. It's a nice defensive boot from Rizika Deshaw. Or pardon me, that was Begum Kulov. Now here's Sandhu. I'll chip it back to the keeper. Carry on, back to Sandhu. He'll march his way up the pitch. Slides that between the attackers to Michel. Paulo Michel trying to connect with Porshki. And he'll do just that. Now he'll field the outside. Trying to find the winger. That one's played right back down the middle. A high ball could not be steadied by Logan Chong. And now he'll do battle with Nathan Donikowski. Donikowski able to come out on top as he'll set up Cuthbert Juco back down the midfield. Juco doubles away from coverage. Donikowski back across. It's Jacob Boyd. To the defense once again. It seems coming out of the gates of this second half, both teams exercising a bit more caution on some of these passes. Reese Curtis went for a bit of a run before dishing it off to the right-hand side. Paulo Michel sends it over for Kazimirski. Now will take a couple bounces out of play. We'll have a blue throw. Kazimirski will leave that for Sandhu. Paulo Michel takes it in the corner, but he's triple teamed by Orange, and I think best case scenario is what just happened. He'll get the throw in. Electing to leave it for Amos Kazimirski. Kazimirski gets that around to Carter Cox. Chipped all the way back to the defender Sandhu. That gap quickly closed by Joshua Gilbert, the lone goal scorer for Team 4, but Sandhu keeps his calm. Now an opportunity here for Blue at the top of the box that ricochets loose. The shot. That'll take a couple deflections before harmlessly skittering over to the near side of the pitch and out of bounds for a Blue throw. Some more good opportunities as Blue look to regain their 2-goal lead. Looking for a chance here. It's loose for Di Tommaso, but the tackle from behind. Referee didn't appreciate that one, and Hopefully we don't have an injury here, but it does look like one player is going to be down. The tackle from Paulo Michel taking out the leg. I'm afraid I can't say for certain as he's lying on his back what number, therefore what player that is, but we'll wait and see. And sitting up, I can tell you that that is Lincoln James currently down on the pitch. We'll see. We saw an ankle injury earlier that looked to be bad for a bit, but ended up being able to be walked off and played through. And I'm hoping very much the same here for Lincoln James, who's had a few really good touches. The 25 graduating player from Unity FC Reserve and Burnaby FC U21. And we'll see, he's getting to his feet now. And he appears to be all right. And we've seen emergency substitutions allowed before, but he looks like he's going to walk this off and stay in. And of course, that's athletes for you. If they can play through it, you know they're going to. And thankfully, Lincoln James appears to be A-OK. The pass intended for Donikowski out of his reach, and so Xavier Ledoux will take the throw. Ledoux lifts one back. Ball touched out of play by Orange. It's going to be another quick blue throw here, wasting no time as Kessenheimer will leave it for Ledoux. He'll play it back to Kessenheimer. He's going to have to send it to the goalkeeper. We saw a goal against Orange scored like this earlier, and sure enough, it will be another bit panicky play, but all's well that ends well as it goes out for a throw-in. Juco with the throw, and that one steered back to Reese Curtis. He'll lift that one all the way over to the right side of the box. Racing for that was Carter Lindstrom, but the pass just a bit too deep. It'll ricochet out of play for a goal kick. Some more back and forth here as Gianluca Di Tommaso sends a touch up to the left side. That one dropped back as Amos Kazamirski gets to it first. He's got two orange pennies right next to him. He'll sidestep the tackle before sending it down the middle. Intended for Michelle. That one's going to be picked off by Orange through the mid. It's Lincoln James who got in the way of that one. He'll find the lone goal scorer, Joshua Gilbert, before it's played over to the right-hand side. An attempt at a cross pass clips the defender. That does mean Sandhu's going to have to play it. He can't let it go out or else it would have been a corner. But he'll execute that flawlessly as he spins it across over to the left wing. It's Kazarmiski. Back to Sandhu. They'll battle right along the perimeter of the field. Some back and forth here before Sandhu clears it up ahead for Porshka. Porshka connects with Finlay Comstock. He'll lift one through. Trying to race onto that is the striker, but to no avail as Gabriel Ruzicka-Deshaw able to recover here for Orange. He'll put it up the middle. Kai Jackman retrieves. Furthers ahead to Jacob Boyd. Boyd to Donikowski, and now Juco on the left side. Juco one-on-one with the defender. He'll slow down before cutting to the center. Juco looking for the gap. He'll split it right down the middle, but the third man in, able to shut that down. Although Juco still presenting problems, he's knocked it loose. Jackman with the strike, scores! Kai Jackman buries a wonderful assist by Cuthbert Juco, and Orange have officially cut a 2-0 lead to a 2-2 draw. Jackman, that's right place, right time, as he was completely unguarded after Cuthbert Juco pulled three different defenders into a swarm on him and did take a little bit of a lucky bounce, but hey, I said it once, I'll say it again. You gotta be lucky to be good, and good to be lucky. Now this game's all back to square one with either team looking to take the lead. It's Carter Cox down the left side for Blue. He'll step around the first defender, trying to find any path down the middle, but he's kept at the perimeter and doubles back to Kazarmiski. Kazimierski tried to put that past the defender. Ruzicka Deshaw was able to get in the way, but it is retrieved here by Blue. Top of the box, spinning with it now. Carter Cox gets it on target, and that one kept out. Another great chance for Blue, stymied by the netminder, and will have a corner kick. That was Khalid Rayani. He's had a few good saves so far. And we'll see how this corner goes. We're going to have a couple quick Blue substitutions here as they trade off a triumvirate of players before we have our corner. They'll elect for the full 4. Here's the kick. It's low to the front of the box and headed away marvelously by Reese Curtis. That's a perfect defensive header as he'll get that one all the way to the parking lot. I'm sure whoever's car that hits won't have as much nice things to say about that header as I do, but that's exactly what you want to see as a defender, clearing that out of a dangerous territory to a throw-in at the halfway mark of the pitch. Blue's going to have to figure out a way to stage their attack once again. The throw comes through to Di Tommaso. It's quickly sent out again by Orange, so we'll rinse and repeat. And this time it'll land at the feet of Finlay Comstock. He'll spin through the first defender, but the second takes him down as Kai Jackman able to shut the door, but Blue still with an opportunity, that is, until Reese Curtis clears. That's 2 great defensive clears by him in the span of 2 plays. Back comes Cruz Moreno, trying to cut to the middle. He'll set up Jackman, a try from distance, and that one will miss to the right-hand side as he was looking to get his second of the game. This will remain 2-2 as we get a goal kick. Carry on, finds Sandu. Up the middle to Michel. Michel back around to Begum Kulov. His pocket's going to be picked from behind there by Donikowski. And then taken down hard was the Orange defender. A little slow to get up as he finds that ball. You can tell he went down hard. He's just stretching out that calf. Has a smile on his face, so hopefully all right. But you can tell definitely fell awkwardly off that tackle from behind. But he'll be hauled to his feet by the perpetrator, Finlay Comstock, and it looks like he's going to be all right. So we'll have our kick here. Reese Curtis goes back to the netminder. Blue looking to try to take this away from the top of the box with an opportunity now for the potential hat trick was Comstock, and can't fault him for going for the shot there. We've seen a few players with great hat trick opportunities. Still the one that came closest was Mira Dillon with 2 goals and then a breakaway that was foiled earlier on in this combine. But another close attempt there. Fletcher Geddes de Onofrio going to shield that ball for his netminder to be able to collect. And now a long attempt from distance as well wide of the goal. And shan't be challenging the keeper carry on that play. He'll chip it softly across to the right back. Suppose more so the right center back, and he'll connect with Paulo Michel before sending it across to the left side. Amos Kazarmiski. Back to the perimeter. Kazarmiski drops it to Lucas Gradine. Gradine trying to step around the defense. Great one-on-one battle there, and Gradine going to take it back. A chance now developing side of the box, trying to get that through, and Reese Curtis shuts down the play. He'll find Oliver Rick on the far side, who's going to chip that one out of bounds. Kazarmiski with the throw. I'll be collected by Finlay Comstock, but ref doesn't like the challenge, and it's going to be a quick kick here for Orange. Approximately 5 minutes left in this game. Tied at 2. Searching for a winner. Here's Cuthbert Juco. He'll send that one back for Donikowski. To the near side, Cruz Moreno. Feeling the pressure, he'll play it back for Reese Curtis. Furthers that one across. Oliver Rick. Another aggressive tackle from behind, this time coming from Lucas Gradine. On to Carter Lindstrom will result in an Orange kick. From that distance, unlikely to see a straight goal, but if he can drop that to the top of the box, could be quite the opportunity late in the match here for Orange. Whistle blows, here it goes. The kick comes through to the top of the box. The header just wide. Looking for the second tally of his game was Kai Jackman. It's one of the best headers I think we've seen so far, given the difficulty of a header coming from behind. That didn't miss by much. Now streaking in to steal, that's Carter Lindstrom. A blaze of speed, going to get himself inside of the box. Lindstrom still chasing this ball. A slide tackle, looking for that one. And he'll get it as it'll be a blue throw. Good rush by Lindstrom, the 5-5 right back from River City FC. Here's the chance. Lincoln James trying to get down the middle. Keeping that out is Lucas Gradine. Gradine finds Sandu, but he can't hang on. Now Orange. Chance gets inside the box. Can the finish come through? No, it cannot, as Fletcher Geddes-Deonofrio able to get into the way of that one, although he did have the last touch, meaning this shall be a corner kick with just about 2 minutes to go in this one. Could be a match-defining corner. It'll be taken by Gabriel Ruzicka de Shaw. Pretty much everyone up the pitch for this one. Here it comes. It's low to the front of the box, and that's going to be cleared aside by Nihal Sandhu. Drops down in front. Kai Jackman handles it. He's able to scoop that over to Donikowski, now to the near side. Lincoln James picks it up, trying to carry it down low. He's shadowed by Paolo Michel. James doubles away from Michel. That's a nice cut. Gets to the top of the box. The strike is high. Good attempt there from Lincoln James. Bought himself a lot of room. And looks like we're going to have a last-minute substitution here for Blue, as they'll substitute 4 of their players in a last gasp to try and steal the lead back and claim the win. Of course, at one point they did have a 2-0 lead courtesy of Finlay Comstock, but Joshua Gilbert and Kai Jackman have provided the answers to that. Lengthy kick from Carry On. A land right at the center point of the pitch. Here comes Begum Kulov. I'll send that down low. Carter Cox at a sharp angle, doubles back up to the top of the box. Begum Kulov, his pocket picked there by Cuthbert Juco as he snuck in from behind. Juco trying to connect up ahead to Lincoln James. He'll do just that before sending it back to his defensive unit, Oliver Rick. Rick's pass connects with Reese Curtis. Curtis, not a lot of options, so he's forced to play it back across to Donikowski. Donikowski Takes it again. Chips it up the middle for Juco. He'll turn, trying to avoid coverage. Cuthbert Juco. Strong in the one-on-one as he wheels and deals. Still going is Juco. Finally, that will be stopped by Logan Chong. Chong up ahead for Comstock. Couldn't hang on through Oliver Rick's tackle. Kai Jackman takes it away, beginning the counterattack here for Orange, and they've got numbers too. Joshua Gilbert, he's already got one. Gets it back across to the other goal scorer, Jackman. Left side of the box, Jackman trying to enter, but Logan Chong shuts that door, and we'll have one more corner kick here in a game that could end any second. This will be crucial. It's going to be Lincoln James, the opportunity to take this one. Left winger, you know he's going to be wanting to curl it into the back of that box. Has no one giving him the short option. And sure enough, that's going to be deep, going for goal, and the goaltender has to swat that aside. That's a nice stop coming through from Aiden Carrion, as that had a lot of curl. We saw nearly a goal like that earlier in the girls' combine, where it escaped the goaltender, hit the back post, and narrowly stayed out. That one, Carrion having to make a nice one-handed save. And thus it shall result in a corner the other way. Here comes the kick. This one much higher, and once again going to the goalkeeper, but this time does not present a challenge for Aiden Carrion, who snags it out of midair. He'll fake the roll, not once but twice, before choosing to send it to his center back. Here's Sandu. Sandu coughs it up, an opportunity here. Charging the net, the strike, Carrion bails out his team there as Lincoln James stole it from Sandu in one of the most dangerous areas. And thankfully for him, it didn't end up mattering. Carrion sends it across to the defense. Good slide to keep that one in play. Logan Chong trying to get that one back across to Fletcher Geddes Donofrio. He's had to fall all over the place. Now the opportunity comes through, and it's just missed there by Juco. He got a piece, but the piece wasn't enough to redirect it on target. Could only watch as it trickled wide. Now Blue, potentially a rust if they can hurry. Reese Curtis has the inside track. The tackle, just enough. Ryoto Yamashita was just getting ahead on that ball, despite having the outside lane. Buying some time, Khalid Rayani. He'll rocket that down the pitch. Lands at the feet of Kai Jackman. He'll go between the defenders, but it's retrieved by Geddes Donofrio. And Geddes Donofrio able to forward that one. Finlay Comstock had it for a moment. It's lifted off him by Orange. They'll play it back to Rayani. Now again to the defense. Chance here for Blue as they've stolen down low. Comstock looking for the hat trick. It's blocked in front. Rebound still loose, not out of trouble yet. Begum Kulov at a sharp angle looks to put it in front. Tipped. Can they score? No! What a stop. An incredible save there. Diving across was Khalid Rayani. And I'd be willing to bet you anything that'll be save of the combine, or at least save of day one, as he absolutely robs Carter Cox in tight. A chance to get possibly a walk-off goal there for Carter Cox to end it. Instead, we're still at a draw in a game that could end any moment. Now Orange a chance to answer the other way. Carter Lindstrom drops it off. Here's James getting it back to Lindstrom. Defense blocks it up at the last possible moment. Jackman retrieves the rebound. He's got one. He'll find Joku in tight. Juco gets it back out to the perimeter. Just held in by Cruz Moreno. Looking to put that in front. It's blocked down in front. Another race for this. It'll be Lincoln James who gets that ball first. He's forced to double back. No room to maneuver. Now it's Ruzicka to Shaw. That gap very quickly closed. Ruzicka to Shaw trying to split the defense. He's taken down. Ref didn't like that tackle coming through. And so that'll be a kick. You hear the referee making sure that this is going exactly where they need it. Looks like Reese Curtis or Ruzicka to Shaw will take this one. They'll elect for Reese Curtis, the center back from North Vancouver Football Club. Here it comes. Curtis, the strike towards the net, and couldn't get the tip on that one. And that will do it. The final touch of the game is that sails wide. Incredible opportunities to take a draw into a victory for both these teams late in the game. JUCO had a touch. Carter Cox had an incredible opportunity, but no W for Double C as Carter Cox shut down by Khalid Rayani. And this game will end in a 2-2 draw. The fantastic offensive prowesses of all these teams continuing to reign supreme. This one will end in a 2-2 tie, but we'll be back with Team 3 and Team 1 in a few moments' time. You're watching First Touch Football Soccer, the Vancouver Summer Series Combine here from Cloverdale Athletic Park. I am Zach Clark, and we'll be right back with you in 5 minutes' time. Up next, Team 3 versus Team 1. Hello everybody and welcome back to the FTF Canada Vancouver Summer Series Combine right here in Cloverdale Athletic Park in beautiful Surrey, British Columbia. We've been treated to two great games so far, and it's two of those teams that are squaring off for a match here. Team 1 won their first game 2-0. Team 3, of course, we just watched draw. Team 3 will be wearing their orange here, and Team 1 shall be in blue. Starting in between the pipes here, it shall be Franco Campos backstopping orange and Gavin Wagstaff for blue on the left-hand side. We've seen some good goals scored for both these sides, and it's been two games that have really, well, especially the second one, was a great comeback draw for Team 4 against Team 3. So it was Team 3 that we're on the wrong end of that comeback draw, as they had a 2-0 lead courtesy of Finlay Comstock. Still the lone goal scorer for that team, right winger on the path to pro. Team 1, of course, have two goal scorers, as Luis Campos and Justin Paulson both notched in their opening games. Team 1 in blue will get the opening possessions here, as it's Joe Reed looking to send that one up ahead. Reed knocks it loose. Lots of pressure here early on as Rowan Hughes is pounced upon here by Orange's Amos Kazumirski. Now a through ball. What a feed coming in. Finlay Comstock. Sharp angle on target. It's still loose out in front. Orange have it in the low area in the crease. The shot over top of the net. What an early flurry there for Orange. A chance for Comstock, a chance for Cox, but neither one finding the back of the net. And surprisingly enough, despite some diving efforts from Gavin Wagstaff, don't think he ever actually touched that ball, as the first one was blocked by a defender, second one just over top of the net. Brody Peters. Forwards play. He'll find Jawazar Mualam. Mualam slows down through center. Leaves it across to Izguera. Tasanga now back for Mualam. Mualam's got two players on him. That's going to be too much there, as Bezingulov able to force the turnover. Aziz Begumkulov to the outside. And he'll find Porshka. Over to the right-hand side. The cross comes through. It's deep, looking for the header, and Cox made contact, but it's just a little bit too much elevation, as that'll go over top of the cage and out of play. I'll tell you what, I think the player that you could argue has the most chances and is still off the score sheet probably is Carter Cox, as he's had about 4 or 5 good looks. Luis Campos getting to work there. He's going to be fouled from behind, and the players will show a bit of respect to each other as they get back up. This one's going to be a kick, and it was fired prematurely, so we'll have another whistle. This one will be stopped up to be taken by Josar Mualam. Or now he'll leave the kick for Brody Peters, who sends it across to the left wing. Charlie Atkinson. Atkinson fighting to keep that one in play. He'll do just that, but he won't hang on to possession, as it's Carter Cox now for Orange at the top of the box. Carter Cox slowing down before dishing to the outside. Looking for the centering ball, kept out, and sure enough, I thought the referee might miss it. He certainly did not. Just escaping play before the corner came through, and that'll be a goal kick. Here's the keeper, Wagstaff. Over to the left back. Luke Harris gets that further to Mualam. Mualam, long through ball over to the left-hand side. That's going to bounce over the intended recipient, but well recovered. Some give and go here. On the outside was, I believe that's Rowan Hughes looking for that one, but just couldn't keep that in play. That's going to be knocked back to Mualam off the throw-in. Moala makes a move around the first defender. He's got a bit of room, and the shot goes high and wide. Not going to test the netminder on that attempt there, as Franco Campos hasn't been busy in his short stint in this game thus far. Over on the far side, unable to hold that one in was Lucas Gradin, so we'll have another blue throw. Moala. Takes that all the way back to Brody Peters. Peters for Moala once again, the CDM from North Surrey Football Club. Now it's Hamat Sanga. Sanga to Moala. Now a chance the other way, racing for it on the inside track. It's Finlay Comstock. He's got two, and what a stop by Wagstaff. Diving for that one, a picture-perfect stop as he'll glove that all the way out to the top of the box. His defense, however, can't recover in time as Orange, for a moment, looked like they might be able to tap that rebound home, but thankfully for Wagstaff, his defense is able to clear, although it will be an Orange throw. Continuing to have some great looks is Finlay Comstock, as of course he had the 2 goals for Team 3 in their first game, and very nearly had another there. No player in this combine has gotten 3 goals on day 1. There are several with a pair. Keith Esguerra on the far side, going to cough that one up to Finlay Comstock. And now to the near side goes the ball as it's Ryoto Yamashita looking to forward that one to Kazimierski. Kazimierski taken down, clean tackle. He didn't like it, but didn't look like there's anything wrong with it to me. And now here comes Himit Sanga. Was hoping to send that one through for Luis Campos to run onto, but while I like the idea because Campos is fast and he's big, standing at 6'5", he's not quite that fast as it'll make it to the netminder first. Gianluca Di Tommaso over on the far side. He'll forward that to Comstock. And he's going to let that one get past him as Mateo Porsche has to recover. Back across for Kazimierski. Now on the near side, Yamashita goes for a run. He'll cut back to the middle. Some give and go passes here. Cox stripped the ball by the defense. Puts that ahead with a bit of room to work with here. Marching down the middle, here comes Himmat Sanga. He'll play it over to the outside. Working on the far perimeter. Good defensive leg there as Orange's 28, Lucas Gradin, able to knock that one out for a blue throw. Still awaiting this game's first goal, and we'll have a good opportunity here for blue to try to put that one towards a good scoring chance. The kick, I believe, taken by Keith Esguerra. Here it is. Low to the bottom of the box. Scores! A marvelous header. That's what you want to see on a corner. And the first perfectly executed corner kick of the day goes Blue's way. I'll be able to relay who had that perfect header in just a moment here as they run past and show the numbers. That was a defender getting offensively involved there, as that was actually Brody Peters getting his first goal of the combine off of easily the best header we've seen all day long. No question about that. The 6'1" center back from Okanagan United FC showing that, hey, the defense can get involved too. I'll double check, but I think that might actually be the first goal from a true defender we've seen earlier today. There are players whose primary positions are listed as defenders who have scored, but they weren't playing defense when that happened. Whether Brody Peters, of course, as you see, currently in that center back position. He might have to be ready here as Aziz Begumkulov gets around the first line of defense. He'll double back across to Lucas Gradine over at the top. Now Di Tommaso. They'll go all the way back as Orange looking to establish a calm possession. Franco Campos in net, whose full name is Franco Wenceslau Aguilar Campos. We've got another chance here. Finlay Comstock bearing down. He'll get it in front. The shot comes through, and Wagstaff diving across makes another stop to that shot that never left the ground. Wagstaff absolutely launches that one down the pitch. Nearly made it to the opposing keeper. Oh, a heavy tackle there, and that sure enough is going to be a kick. No question about that one, as Luis Campos was fouled, and well, we'll see what comes of this kick. About 10 feet maybe, not even that, away from the top of the box, so we've got quite the opportunity here. We'll see whether they go for goal or go for the pass. We've seen both options exercised on chances like this before. It's Mualim to take the kick. A three-man wall in front. Lots of communications going on here between the defense. Mualim lines up for the kick with a three-man wall. Mualim goes for the goal, and that's well over top of the net. Bit too much elevation on that, as the netminder Campos not tested on that occasion. Here's Franco Campos. So Fletcher gets the Onofrio. He'll send that one forward, but Josar Mualim able to knock that one back down and establish possession here for Blue. He'll find Rowan Hughes, makes him a move to the outside. Now an opportunity, trying to get it back in front. The defender shuts that down before the cross from Declan Vales could go on target. Ball cleared out there by Vales. We'll get an orange throw here. As Begumkulov lines up for it, he'll leave for the defender Yamashita. Yamashita plays that one forward. It'll be the Blue defender and the latest goal scorer, Brody Peters, who's able to get there first. Josar Mualim spins in his own end. That's a nifty maneuver to shake off the coverage. Now coming over to the near side, Rowan Hughes trying to send that through. Campos with a chance in tight, shoots, scores! It's Luis Campos. Some brother-on-brother action there as he'll score against Franco Campos. And that's another lead taken here by Team 1. Luis Campos will now join the list of players who have a pair of goals in day 1 of the Combine. As the 6'5" striker from Bays United FC. Not just his second. And it's a 2-0 lead for Team 1. Fletcher gets his Donofrio, able to further that ball up ahead. It's lifted in by Paulo Michel. Michel can't get it any further than the midway point of the pitch as Justin Paulson will shut down that pass attempt before scooping it across to Rowan Hughes. Hughes making some moves there down the middle before having to kick that one across for Keith Esguerra. A tackle from behind. Orange player going down hard. Referee going to call that one right away. And this time it's Justin Paulson who's slow to... Oh no, pardon me, that's not Justin Paulson. We'll have to wait and double check who that is slow to get up, but hopefully just like the other times we've seen he'll be A-okay. And sure enough, walking that off is Amos Kazimirski from Squamish United. He's had a few good touches. He will choose to substitute off here, but he does look mostly all right. Here comes Orange. Mateo Porschke has his pocket picked as Blue able to steal. Here's an opportunity for Hughes trying to put that through to Campos. He's got it on the left boot. Campos, can he get the shot away? He's double teamed in the box. Still loose as Campos trying to get the kick. Now the rebound stopped by Franco Campos. Looks like we might have yet some more brother-on-brother action there, but instead it will be taken away. And no chance for Luis Campos. A second opportunity stopped by Franco. Back the other way, Wagstaff to Charlie Atkinson. Another attempt at the through ball as Justin Paulson's going to try to run onto this one before it escapes the corner. Paulson slows down before playing that one out front. Mason Thethy able to find Mualim. Puts it up the middle before receiving a return pass. Mualim charging the top of the box. He's still got it on that left foot. Mualim looking for the goal, and he'll put it high. Over top of the cage it goes. We'll have another stoppage as Franco Campos gets ready for the goal kick. Fletcher Geddes Donofrio will lift that one down the pitch. He was hoping that Carter Cox would be able to get to it before the opposing netminder Wagstaff. But it will be Wagstaff to that loose ball first. And he'll find Mualim. Oh, another through ball. The Campos' race for it, but it will be Franco Campos who gets there first. Looking for that one was Finlay Comstock. He was just a step behind the defender who will chip it back to the netminder Wagstaff before sending it ahead for Charlie Atkinson. He'll further it to the left back before connecting with the wing. Long ball, Justin Paulson hoping to run onto that, but it's Yamashita who shuts down that offensive ball. Now Yamashita goes for a run, but he can't get the pass back as Mason Thethy able to block it up. Keith Esguerra looking to cut down the middle. Esguerra still working with it, but a marvelous defensive ball by Fletcher Geddes Donofrio as he'll go 1-on-2 through the attackers before sending a through feed for Finlay Comstock. Runs onto that one, doesn't have a lot of options. 2-on-2, Comstock trying to send it down the middle, and it'll be blocked by Luke Harris. Harris finds Atkinson. Ahead to Sanga. Sanga, all the room in the world as he walks it down the middle. Sanga, he's still going, cuts through two, cuts through three. The last minute dish off, and well spotted by the referee as Luis Campos was just offside. And I do mean just, not even a half foot ahead of the defense, but offside is offside, and that's well spotted. Leif Munson able to get that first touch across to Himmat Sanga. They'll play that around for Justin Paulson. Paulson a step around the first defender who's going to stay right with him. Paulson the kick, and that's off the leg of Damian Kassenheimer and out for a corner. They'll take that corner real quick. Wasn't expecting that as Keith Esguerra goes for the shot. Blocked in front. Geddes Donofrio gets on one knee to stop that shot. Perhaps another attempt from distance, and that'll go well wide. We'll have another wait here as Franco Campos gets ready for the goal kick. approaching the halfway mark. Or I suppose approaching the halfway mark of this match, I should say. Ryoto Yamashita takes this throw. Lengthy send for Finlay Comstock, trying to get the inside lane. Some good physicality here by Comstock. Charlie Atkinson, however, stays right with him, and it's going to be forced for a throw-in. And they'll send it Blues' way as Mason Thethy takes this one. For Josar Mualim. Back around for Atkinson. Charlie Atkinson. Long ball up ahead, well handled by Geddes Donofrio. Paulo Michel. Around for Finlay Comstock, trying to put that one up ahead. Carter Cox with one chance, and he's stymied in tight by Gavin Wagstaff. What a stop. Sliding down, he'll get it with the ankles, and Gavin Wagstaff pulls out a miraculous save there. It's not often that you can dive in the wrong direction of the shooter's shot and still make the stop due to some great legwork. Luke Harris finds it, starts to play the opposite direction. Hemant Sangha for Rowan Hughes. Now Keith Esguerra. Gets it across in front to Liff Munson. Munson back around Keith Esguerra. On the outside, Blue trying to do anything they can to get a better angle at the net. Hemant Sangha, long drive along the ground, and Franco Campos having to dive for that one. He'll hang on. That'll go all the way down the pitch to the opposing netminder Wagstaff. Not feeling the pressure of the attackers, he'll lift one down to Rowan Hughes. Hughes will find Josar Mualim. Mualim takes a return ball, trying to step around Paulo Michel. Oh. Get it across for Esguerra on the outside, trying to put it down the middle. It'll roll harmlessly to Franco Campos. And here we go. Finlay Comstock tried to send it to Yamashita on the left side, but just unable to get to that ball. And there's going to be a couple Blue substitutions before that throw-in, so we've got to just have a brief stoppage while we wait for that to finish, and then we'll head back for our Blue throw-in. Looks like they'll take 3 players off. The throw from Mason Thethy. Going to be intercepted here by Oranges. Mateo Porschke able to get to that. Across for Xavier Ledoux. He'll drop that one back to Geddes Donofrio. And now a couple awkward bounces as that one bicycle kicked out of play by Nihal Sandhu as there was a couple Blue attackers on him and a bouncing ball. Declan Vales takes it once again. Vales storing the pitch, trying to send it through to Campos. What a sliding stop there by Geddes Donofrio. He has had some marvelous defensive touches, and that was one of them. They'll get it back to Yamashita, who's trying to send it through to Finlay Comstock, but the defender Luke Harris chooses for the safe option. He'll chip that one out of play, and Comstock will have a throw. It's going to be taken by Logan Chong. He'll send it over to Comstock. It'll hop his boot and go out of play. And we've got a goal kick. Josar Moalim gets it up to Vales. Further ahead for Campos. Campos back for Rowan Hughes. That pass will be taken away by Geddes Donofrio, who simply seems to be in every passing lane. Geddes Donofrio, again, looking to find a through ball to his striker. Orange have done that a couple times where they've looked for the through balls, but they've simply been too powerful and have made its way all the way to Wagstaff. A throw from Logan Chong, handled by Comstock. He's 1-on-2. Now 1-on-4 as the midfield gets involved. That'll prove too much to bear. Justin Paulson takes it away. And back comes Blue. That is until Paolo Michel catches up. Michel back to Xavier Ledoux. Now a sharp angle here for Orange, looking to corner this in front. Stopped by the defender. Ball's going to drop loose, and Finlay Comstock couldn't quite find that one, and will hit the halfway point of the second game of the boys' combine. Or pardon me, this is the third game already. Time flies when you're having fun, and we always have fun here at the FTF Vancouver Summer Series Combine. You are watching FTF Canada Soccer. I am your broadcaster, Zach Clark, and we'll be back in about 2 minutes' time with the continuation of this game. Currently, it is 2-0 thanks to goals from Luis Campos and Brody Peters, and that's where we stand through the halfway point. We'll be back with your goaltender changes and the second half of this game in about 5 minutes' time, so stick around. Hello everybody and welcome back to FTF Canada, Vancouver Summer Series Combine right here in Cloverdale Athletic Park in beautiful Surrey, British Columbia. Second half of the game is underway here between Team 3 and Team 1. Currently it is Team 1 with a 2-0 lead courtesy of goals from Brady Peters and Luis Campos. Goaltenders now for this second half shall be Nicholas Harland backstopping orange and Finlay Oikel backstopping blue on the right side of your screen. It's going to be blue with the opening possessions here as marching downfield Josar Mualim. And he's forced to double back. Rowan Hughes trying to get that one through to Luis Campos. It's shut down. Quickly back the other way. Now a race for it developing. And it is going to be Joe Reed who's able to get there first. But winning the ball is Carter Cox trying to cut back up to the top of the key. Cox, he's still going. The drop pass comes through to Kazamirski. A great chance started there for Orange, but no finish. Now taken down there from behind was Rowan Hughes, and that'll warrant his team with a kick. That's going to be another illegal tackle. Fouling from behind there was Aziz Begimkulov. Pardon me. And we'll have a blue kick here. And from this distance, I think you could very well go for goal. We'll see who takes it. I think it's going to be Declan Vales, it looks like. Declan Vales, the 5'2" center attacking mid from Vancouver Island. A Wave Boys 2010 team. Vales looks for the finish. That's on target. And having to make a diving stop there is Nicholas Harland. Harland able to corral that up to his midfield. Well won there by Finlay Comstock. And now Amos Kazamirski going to take this ball. They will elect it to be a blue throw, and we'll have Josar Mualim sending this one back to his defensive core. Mualim takes a return feed. Joe Reed. Luke Harris. Across to Josar Mualim. Now over to the right side, Rowan Hughes spins it back to Mualim. For knocking that one across for Joe Reed. Reed. That's a long ball up ahead. Headed down now by the defense. Trying to turn there is Luis Campos, but too many orange pennies on him. And that'll be lifted away by Geddes Donofrio. Geddes Donofrio taken down, and I'll say that it was his tackle that took both those players out, so it will be a blue kick from some distance. Keith Esguerra fakes going long before sending it across to Rowan Hughes, and he'll drop it back to the center backs. Begimkulov spins off coverage. Back to the defense. As Geddes Donofrio will take a return pass. Geddes Donofrio launches it ahead for Carter Cox, but he'll cough that one up to Joe Reed, who will play it back to the netminder Finlay Oikel. I do wonder if he's the brother of local hockey player Nathan Oikel for the Surrey Eagles. Now a ball knocked down in front. Brilliant opportunity, and that one's sent wide. And Begimkulov had a grade A chance and tried to go back the way he came and just didn't get enough power on that shot. It'll trickle wide. Here's Finlay Oikel. A jumping header to keep that one in play. Some athleticism shown by Keith Esguerra. And that ball will be played back to the defense once again as Charlie Atkinson looks to advance. Atkinson gets it ahead. This is a nice run from Mualim. We've seen that a few times from him this combine. but it won't result in a chance as his pocket is picked and Begum Kulov comes back the other way. Looking to chip that in front. Opportunity for Lucas Gradin. Gets it back out. Now a chance. Carter Cox in tight. Shoots off the post and out. And the rebound's put high. I can't believe that. The shot goes off the glove of Oikel off the post and out. And a spectacular save in tight. Glove, post, and out. Carter Cox. That's the second time he's been robbed. Different goalkeeper. And I tell you what, if what-ifs were goals, I think Carter Cox would have about 4 or 5. Having a brief stop here as we await a quick substitution. Looks like Blue just taking off 1 or 2 players. And now we're ready for the goal kick. Weichel. Joe Reed. Gets that one back to Oikel. And Reed will take it again. We have a whistle here. I'm not entirely sure what the dispute is about. Just waiting to see. I believe the issue is that one of the players on the near-hand side who subbed off wanted to be looked at by one of the medical staff. And he's doing that now. And I guess because it was a medical substitution, you've got to make sure that you get the referee's approval first. And it's on the near side, Josar Mualim, who subbed off. Or no, pardon me, that's Keith Esguerra. And looks to be all right. I'm not sure what that was all about, but either way, play is resumed again, and it's Blue with an attempt the other way. Fletcher Geddes Donofrio, the defender, has the inside track to that ball. And sure enough, that's going to be enough for him to come out on top. Lucas Gradin will send that one across. Kassenheimer to Sandu. Sandu, lead feed. He's hoping Carter Cox can run onto this one. Will be the Blue defender there first. Cox quick to close the gap, so the defender has to dish it off to the CDM, Josar Mualim. Joe Reed. Trying for a give-and-go pass with Declan Valles, but that one intercepted. Now here's Carter Cox to the left-hand side, racing for it. It's Finley Comstock. Just unable to get to that ball first, and he'll take down the defender with a tackle the ref has qualms with, so we'll have another whistle and a kick just outside the box. We're going to get another orange substitution here before the halftime whistle, although I do imagine both are imminent. Geddes Donofrio, great little pick thrown there as he realized his keeper was coming out to challenge that, so he gets in the way of Liff Munson to deny any sort of rush. I really like the consistently intelligent defending we've seen from Fletcher Geddes Donofrio. Center back for Nanaimo United. And now we'll have our last stop before the half as the two teams... Or I suppose it wouldn't be the half. It would be full time. But we'll have our stoppage for substitutions. I don't know why I keep thinking we're 1 half behind where we've been. Whistle sounds, ready to go with the Blue throw. That one launched him, but it will be knocked down by Gianluca Di Tommaso in front. Played back for Nihal Sandu. Sandu trying to get it to the keeper and does just that, although a little panicky as Blue had some players right there. Liff Munson on the doorstep. Interesting to see that he's a left back who sometimes plays right back, but apparently right now is playing striker. It's a corner kick here for Blue. Their players will swarm the net. Here's the kick, dropping low into the box. Lands at feet here. Orange trying to clear this outside. They get it to the perimeter, but Blue maintain possession. Working with it, Keith Iguera. Or pardon me, that's Sangu. It'll be Hamat Sanga to take this center attacking mid from path to pro. Takes his second corner of this play. This one, it's a much deeper drive. Just can't stay within the confines of the pitch. Didn't miss by much, but it will be a goal kick. We'll have one lone substitution for Blue on this play. And we're good to go. Sandu gets it back to the keeper. Challenging here is Blue, looking for the chance in front. Sanga spins, shoots. What a stop. The rebound's there. Blue have it. Carter Cox could take this one away. It's still loose in front. No one can get the shot through traffic. Simply too many Orange pennies in the way, looking for the back door. The header comes through. A marvelous tally. What a goal there, as it looked like Orange had finally gotten out of the danger zone and got it to the side. But instead, it will be Hamat Sanga with his first goal of the Combine, the second header goal we've seen, and both have been in this match. And a lot of the time you see headers kind of going down in a motion to keep the speed of the ball. This is the exact opposite. That was a high arc, and that ended up working out perfectly, as the netminder simply could not get back in time. Despite a solid diving effort, this ball will be sent out of play. Brought back to Blue. With that now, a pretty commanding lead here for Blue. 3-0 in this. Here comes Orange, trying to answer the latest one. Begum Kulov charges towards the net, top of the key. Begum Kulov to the outside, now a look. Tommaso puts it back in front, the ball's loose, and it's cleared. Brody Peters, a center back who's got a goal in this game, able to steer that one to safety. Oh, but it might not be enough. Some nice moves on the outside, trying to get that back in, and a great defensive header by Brody Peter. Had his goaltender fooled for sure, as Finlay Oikle dived for that one. And here comes Blue. Hamat Sanga gets that one back across. Opportunity developing for Liv Munson, but he's caught by the defender, as Begum Kulov only started about a step behind, and he caught up quick. Finlay Comstock was trying to send that one through for himself to run onto, but it was taken away by the keeper, Finlay Oikle. Defender's got it now. Long ball down the left side. Does not connect with Hamat Sanga. Will go out for an Orange throw. Damian Kessenheimer goes to take it. Damian Kessenheimer forwards that one to Mateo Porshka. Back across for Nihal Sandhu. Once again forwarded here by Blue. Tackle from behind. Not approved by the referee. I think that's the perfect call, as Ryoto Yamashita got a little bit too physically involved there. Josar Moalam gets it back for Munson. Nicholas Harland steadies for his defense. Giving some call-outs now to the defender. Aggressive forechecking here by Blue, but it won't result in a turnover on that play as Carter Cox is able to receive it through the midfield. Cox tackled from behind, but it's clean. Luke Harris retrieves the ball for Blue before sending it across to Joe Reed, who furthers to the midfield. Long kick up ahead. Running onto this is Justin Paulson. He had the first goal of the men's combine. Paulson looking to put that one through, and it's sent over top of the net. A great race at the far end there, although the defender had read that play. Nihal Sandhu got involved before the pass came through. So I don't think there was ever a scoring chance despite a pass into a really dangerous area of the box. Declan Vales around for Justin Paulson. Paulson back for Atkinson. Atkinson looking to go deep into the box, and that was made contact by Liv Munson, but he couldn't do much more than that. And it will be handled by Harland. Harland back the other way. Or sends it back the other way, rather, for Joe Reed to try to run onto. That one's going to be sent out of play, and it looks like it will be. We'll see. Quick whistle from the referee to allow 2 last-minute substitutions here for Blue. And then we'll get the throw. Team 3 still scoreless in this game. Not for lack of opportunity. But it has really been Team 1 able to pile on the offensive prowess. 3-0 remains the score. Defenders not feeling too much pressure here, as Brody Peters content to simply calmly play it back to the netminder. And the defense will continue to play back and forth. And why not continue to run the clock down when you've got a 3-0 lead? They continue to send it back and forth between the defense and the netminder. Finally, a lengthy feed will be sent forward for Himat Sangha to run onto. Sangha had his first goal of the combine earlier this match, and he's going for a run now. He's through 2 defenders, and a clean tackle coming through there from Logan Chong. Shut him down before he get the shot away. And will come out high and just kept in here on the near side by Paulson, trying to find it down the middle. And some calm defending there from Xavier Ledoux. Steps around both forwards, and he'll take it back the other way. Sets up Aziz Begum Kulov. Begum Kulov looking for options. Tries to go between the legs of Jazar Mualim, who got a piece of it, but not enough to stop Carter Cox from receiving. Sharp angle. Cox, nice save there. Diving across. Finlay Roykel. Back comes Blue. Lengthy feed ball, and Campos head to the sky there as he came oh so close to being able to steer that one home. Got just a tiny piece of it, and that piece nowhere near enough to beat Nicholas Harland. Here's Finley Comstock. He's got 2 this combine, looking for 3. That was high and wide, albeit neither by much. And we'll have our final substitutions of the game here as Orange will substitute on a few players. There are now, I'll have to get my sheets from earlier, but I believe there is 4 people who have scored 2 goals. Mira Dillon and London Herod from the girls' side, and then Luis Campos and Finley Comstock on the men's side. Yep. 4 indeed. And both Campos and Comstock have had opportunities to make those hat tricks and just falling short so far. And Matsanga coughs up possession over on the far wall, but looking to get right back at it as Logan Chong and him will do battle. He'll find Campos. Now looking for Valles, but that was certainly offside. The right call as Declan Valles was offside by about a full meter. And we're good to go. Keith Esguerra for Valles. That'll be corralled back for Rowan Hughes. He'll steer it further down to Luke Harris. Harris to Hughes. So great back and forth midfield battles here. And finally, it will be Rowan Hughes who comes out on top. He'll spring Justin Paulson down the left side. Paulson to the top of the box, trying to get around the defender. He's got an angle, kept out. That's some nice defending there by Fletcher Guedes Donofrio. Every time I say his name, it feels like I'm commending his defensive efforts, but that's a perfect example of how to physically box out a player without drawing an infraction there. So he's got the inside lane on Paulson. There's really not a whole lot Paulson can do other than either foul him or allow Donofrio to come away with the ball. That's exactly what he had to do, and Guedes Donofrio will fake out the attacker there, or sending a pass up ahead. Kazimirski launches one forward for Carter Cox to run onto. He's got three attackers right on top of him, and he's going to be taken out from behind, just outside the top of the box. And Cox is clutching his ankle there, and hopefully, just like the other players we've seen gone down pretty hard today, he'll be all right. And as that's just outside the box, I'd imagine this is going to be a kick as opposed to a penalty kick. But still, it'll be a grade A scoring chance, and sure enough, Cox will walk it off. Referee making sure the wall is far enough back. And sure enough, he'll force them back about another 2 feet as they tried to inch forward. A 5-man wall here. Grade A chance for Orange to get their first goal of the game and cut into this 3 lead. Here's the kick. It's low and it's wide on the right-hand side. Not by much, mind you, but didn't have the curl that was needed to be able to get that one back into the goal. Would have needed to bend it like Beckham to be able to get far enough inside the left post. Declan Vales looks to advance it. Back for Charlie Atkinson. Again, I think Blue more than content to simply kill off some time here. Oikel steers that one across to Harris. He'll launch it pitch wide to be received by Esguerra, who is also back in this game after being looked at by the medical staff earlier. So great to see we have yet to have an injury to take anyone out. Amit Sangha. To Rowan Hughes. Now Amos Kazimirski splits the defense before being taken down. It was a clean tackle, however, and Blue are rewarded with possession here. Charging the net lift, Munson from distance. That one stopped by the keeper. And a bit of a rebound given up, but no one was there to tap that one home. And a good attempt from the usual center back playing at striker, Liv Munson. Paulo Michel sends one back the other way. What a through ball racing onto it. Campos looking for his third. A marvelous save. Campos cannot believe that just happened. Absolutely destroyed in tight by Nicholas Harland, as Campos looked to be the first player to score 3 this combine. And that sounds the final whistle. An absolute buzzer, well, would have been a buzzer beater had Nicholas Harland not stymied him in tight. Well, unfortunately, I can't say a game saver, as despite the heroics of Nicholas Harland, it does end 3-0 in favor of Team 1, taking down Team 3. One final game left. This day has absolutely flown by, but we've still got one more exciting bout of action left for you, as Team 2 are set to take on Team 4 in about 5 minutes' time. I'm Zach Clark, broadcasting to you from the Cloverdale Athletic Park here in beautiful Surrey, British Columbia, and you are watching First Touch Football Canada, Vancouver Summer Series Combine. We've got one final game coming up next for you, Team 2 versus Team 4, so stick around. We'll be back in about 5 minutes' time. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It's the final game of the day here from the FTF Canada Vancouver Summer Series Combine. Final game here is Team 2 versus Team 4. Team 2 suffered a 2-0 defeat in their first game. Team 4 a 2-2 draw. And so both of these teams looking for their first win. Team 2 will be in orange. They'll be backstopped by Aiden Carey on Team 4 in blue, backstopped by Khalid Riani. Riani getting ready to be challenged early there as Orange were advancing down the pitch, but it shall be taken back the other way. Tackle thrown there by Fadi Hamdan. And that's a marvelous through, trying to run onto this one. Nathaniel Smith. Now brought back up high. Chip to the right side. Jack Nicholson runs onto this one. He'll get to it before it rolls out. Nicholson, nice move around the first player. Kind of got caught up with his own man there, Milo Braid. That one will be sent out. Braid. Puts it down low to the boot of Maxim Achadina. He is really creative in tight, knows what to do with his space. That being said, can't get away from coverage on this attempt as Lincoln James tries to set up possession the other way. Reese Curtis gets to it for blue. Curtis across to Gilbert. He'll play that back over for Reese Curtis. Now back down the pitch. Curtis takes it again. Race for the ball is going to be won here by Achadina. He's going to spring the other way. Ben Boquist one-on-one scores! And Ben Boquist gets the first goal of the Combine for Team 2. They were the only team without a goal so far, and Ben Boquist takes nearly no time at all to change that. All starts off a good battle won by Maxim Achadina through middle. And he'll spring the center attacking mid from Bays United. A nice soft finish there from Boquist. And it's a 1-0 lead for Team 2. Oliver Rick will steer it to the far side. That ball knocked back into the orange bench. And they'll have a throw. Good battle along the far wall. It'll be poked loose here to Achadina. Achadina looking to put that one on target. Cutting in tight, and the goalkeeper keeps that aside, although it will be a corner kick here as Achadina was able to chip it off the keeper. Calidriani got a piece of it before it went out. They won't elect for a long corner here, instead choosing to go for the short one. A fight over on the far side as Cuthbert Juco looking for it. Ball cleared a lengthy ways up the field. Nicholas Sinicic. Able to get to that one. Now a quick race the other way. And stopping up was the attacker there. Pardon me, that attacker was Antonio Pasco, but he was going to be taken down. Oh no, there we go. It was Lincoln James. That makes a lot more sense. And Lincoln James stopped up there, nearly took himself and the defender out, but it's James with it now. Reese Curtis. Back to the keeper, Rayani. From Langley United, he'll lift that one up, but not far enough. Is Orange able to knock this loose? They've got an opportunity developing. Ben Boquist looking for his second of the game. He'll drop it back up high. Lengthy strike comes through, and that'll miss to the left post. But some more great playmaking demonstrated there by Ben Boquist. Carter Lindstrom goes for a bit of a run with it. Tried to send a through ball for Jacob Boyd, but hit him in the back of the cleat before being chipped out here by Orange, and we'll have a free throw for Blue. Carter Lindstrom, back to Reese Curtis. Curtis's pass clips his teammate before bouncing out of play, and we'll have a throw here for Jack Nicholson of Orange. Nicholson lifts a lengthy feed up ahead. Fighting for it's Achadina. And I mentioned he's one tough customer to get off that ball. Finally, it will be corralled out, but to no avail as Orange will launch that back in, and again, it's going to go off a blue cleat this time, Reese Curtis. So Orange gaining ground slowly but surely. Jack Nicholson flips it ahead. It'll be knocked down here by Cruz Moreno, who will carry it to the center before chipping it over to the right-hand side. Fadi Hamdan on the right-hand side, challenging here for blue. That'll take a deflection before sending it back. Charlie Atkinson. Atkinson, some patience shown there as he allows the attackers to converge on him before he sends the pass, thus giving his midfield a bit more time to work with. He'll take a return ball here. Or pardon me, that's not Atkinson, that's Dublin Bailey. That ball will once again trickle out of play here before they can get anything going offensively. I think it is time to fold my roster sheets and make sure I stop confusing these Team 1s and Team 2s, as I shouldn't be taking any credit away from the likes of Dublin Bailey. Here's the opportunity. Hamdan providing some pressure there. Lengthy ball down the left side. Sprinting for it here is Orange. They're going to be able to get to it just in time. And to no avail, as it will end up being a blue throw from that challenge in deep. Reese Curtis will take. That ball stopped up by Orange. Nathaniel Smith has it through center. He'll turn and dish one off. Orange trying to get around these players, but it's tough. They're doing some good perimeter defense right now, and this one shall be a corner kick. Don't think Orange realized that, so they're going to have to hurry to get into position. This curls right into the middle of the box. The header comes through, and it's the goalkeeper, Khalid Riani, who's able to jump and pick that out of midair. Now a rush developing the other way as Joshua Gilbert trying to beat the defense out, but it's the defense who have the speed that's needed there to catch up. And in fact, credit where it's due. It's not even the defense. It's the center defensive midfield, Nathaniel Smith, who was able to get back. Showing exactly why they've put him at CDM. Maxim Achedina. A free kick here for Orange. A knock on the far side. Puts it down the middle. And just past the outstretched cleats of his teammates. That'll make it to the keeper. Joshua Gilbert. Down for Lincoln James. He's 1-on-2, and that's too much to bear as Dublin Bailey executes a nice sliding tackle to get that out of bounds. It will be a corner kick here taken by Lincoln James as Blue hurry to get into position. Lincoln James with the kick. Here it is. That's a deep, deep ball. And sure enough, that's going to be over everybody. Right out to the other side where it's narrowly held in by Blue. But it will trickle out for a goal kick. Just a bit too much muster on the corner there from Lincoln James. I think just a little bit less power. That was pretty much exactly where he wanted to place it in terms of accuracy. Middle of the box. Right where a cluster of teammates are. I liked the kick selection. Lengthy ball. Handled well here by Orange as they're pursuing into the box. Stuck in the left corner, trying to center, and that's blocked in front by Reese Curtis, who got a boot to that pass. And it'll trickle harmlessly out for a corner kick. Nathaniel Smith going to leave it for his teammate to take. The kick. It's dropping short right into the middle. The header comes through and hits the top of the bar on the way out. Just over top of the net. Top of the bar, of course, the least dangerous part of it, but still add that to the myriad of crossbars we've seen today, especially in the girls' side of the combine. I think we saw 4 or 5. Been 1 or 2 in the guys' side as well. And we'll have a substitution coming in from the Blues. Here comes the kick across, Joshua Gilbert. He'll further that one back. Has to double back to Reese Curtis, who's dishing it off to Nathan Donikowski. Now across to Oliver Rick. Orange keep looking for these through balls, but Blues defense quickly turning around and running full tilt. Achadina over on the left side, puts it in front. Great chance for Orange, and what a stop there by Khalid Rayani. Gets out in front of that one, despite elevating that shot up close. Did not have enough to get through. Here's Cuthbert Juco. Juco couldn't hang on to that one as Milo Braid's going to take it the other way here for Orange. He'll stick to the outside. Braid trying to get around the defender 1-on-2. It's going to be Reese Curtis who knocks this one out of play off the attacker for a goal kick. We'll have a brief break here as it's Orange's turn to go for a couple substitutions. And there's the whistle. Khalid Rayani ready to go. Across to the near side. The defender, a long ball up ahead, is knocked down. Abhijat Singh Bangu looking to get that down the middle. Bangu takes a return feed to the outside and dishes it right up the gun once again. Sticking to his moves, Ben Boquist on the outside, puts it across the box. It's stopped by the defender. Still not out of danger yet. Now it is as a slide tackle comes in. And I believe this will be another corner kick here. This time it'll be taken by Jackson Draffy for Team Orange. Whole mess of bodies in front, as that is one full box, and he's going to drop it right in, but that's far too much curve on that. Never makes it off the line. Ball fed to the near wall, but Nathan Donikowski just unable to receive that, and it'll be another throw here. This time Jacob Anaka. Maxime Achadina plays it over to the near side. We've got a chance for Bangu, and a sliding tackle comes through from behind Nathan Donikowski. That was all ball, no contact. Great tackle, but it will result in another corner kick, this time from the near side. Achadina will take this corner. He's got one close option, but the rest are all deep, and he'll go for the deep choice. Maxim Achadina to the back of the box. The header comes through just over top. That's about as perfectly executed as you could ask for one of those things, and even the header was only about 6 inches over top of the bar. A quality corner, but it stays out. Back comes Blue. Cruz Moreno stops up, plays it to the midfield, chased onto by Jacob Boyd. He'll further it to the defense as Oliver Rick's ready to go. Now on the far side, racing for it. Here comes Blue with a chance developing. Joshua Gilbert trying to get that one back out in front. The defense stops it before the shot can get away. Now another strike, this time from distance. Scores! Wasn't expecting that one to get through, but Carter Lindstrom from a distance squeaked it by the netminder. And they'll take a 1-0 lead. Or a 1-1, I suppose a 1-1 evening. It's one that Aiden Carrion will probably want back from that distance. Just got underneath him and inside the bottom right corner. Here's a long clear the other way. Orange have had so many great chances in a row. Must be a tough blow to the morale to then have one the other way. Immediately sunk, but they're going to get right back to the action. Here's Khalid Rayani. Blues and back and forth through the center before they could finally establish a solid possession. Here they go, Cruz Moreno. Looking to play that one over to the right-hand side, but it'll be blocked up by Orange before it can get through. Both teams bouncing it back and forth, but finally Bangu has some room on the right side. Top of the box, Bangu cuts to the left side. Good defending there, but not out of danger yet. They'll keep Bangu from taking the shot away. But Achadina is a tough guy to get off the ball, although a perfect slide tackle like that might just do it. Achadina, however, gets back up before the defender does. He's taken down in the corner, and that will be a kick. I think this is going to be established as a corner kick here. Sure enough, it shall. And so a second attempt at the corner for Maxim Achadina, and of course the last one, really dangerous corner opportunity. The header barely missed. We'll see what he's able to do here as Achadina gets ready to curl it in. Not quite a full corner, as of course this is a free kick, but it's going to be a similar idea from an angle that tight. Sure enough, goes for it down the middle, and it's the defense who's able to knock that back the other way. If Blue can hurry, they might have a chance. Cuthbert Juka was tied up through the middle, however, so he was unable to get away to the races. I think Blue was simply hoping to toe punt that down the field and chase it as hard as they can. Fortunately for them, no such luck. Reese Curtis trying to clear that one out of the box. It's taken away here. Orange with a look. Working with it, Achadina, top of the box, trying to get the shot away. It's still loose. Goaltender's diving for it, and he'll get there just in time. Defender was taken out as he kind of collided with the goalkeeper. I could hear from up here one defender yell, "You good?" And then he responded, yes. So hopefully all right, although clearly just stretching it out and feeling how things are. Stretching out the calf, but helped to the feet by the referee, and it looks like he's A-OK. We'll continue to resume play.
A goaltender, Khalid Rayani, calling for players to move up. And he'll skyrocket that ball down the pitch. Running to chase, that's Joku. Joku able to get the inside track on the defender, but it is Jackson Draffy who gets there first in the end. Draffy plays it ahead. Maxima Chedina. Some more back and forth, but it will be Juco coming out on top there, trying to connect with the midfield. But this is, for the last game of the day, has definitely been a bit of a slog through the middle. Neither team able to get some clean possession, as it's some tight checking from both these teams. Bangu puts it between a pair of defenders, and he'll find his teammate Tanner Takats. Takats able to help his teammates pass further along to Achadina. Maxim Achadina. Cross for Takats. He's got some space. He'll get it back to Achadina. Now up to Evan Lee. Lee trying to get that one through. Referee doesn't like that tackle, and from that distance, this is going to be a great scoring opportunity here. 1-1 game. Boquist and Lindstrom the scorers. Orange with a chance to reclaim the 1-goal lead they had at the start. Looks like Orange is going to quickly complete a sub or two. We'll wait for the whistle from the referee. The wall is where he likes it. I'll finish that quick substitution, and we're good to go. Here's the kick. The strike comes through, looking for goal, and it misses to the left side of the net. Not by much, but by enough. Some back and forth here until finally it's launched up ahead by Khalid Rayani, helping his team escape their own end. Two players going for the header. Was worried for a moment they might collide, but all's well that ends well as the ball escapes back to carry on. Achadina able to forward that ball to Ben Boquist over in the corner. He's looking to put that one back in front. Couple more moves. Can the finish come through? Achadina looking for it. Not hit a defender on its way to the netminder. A great partial block to turn a scoring threat into no threat at all. Cruz Moreno will send that one back to the keeper. And another play where both players are going to go for the header. This time neither one makes contact, and Jackson Draffy has to go collect for Orange. Doubling back to their own end. Jacob Boyd will find the midfield. It's Achadina. Looking to send that one over to the left-hand corner. Two players collide, and out on top comes Reese Curtis. It looks like that will be called our half-time whistle here. Sure enough, it shall. We are nearly done the first day here of the FTF Canada Summer Combine. It's absolutely flown by. A lot of fun these combines always are, but we've still got one half left in the books. Currently 1-1. The scorers, Ben Boquist opened it up. Carter Lindstrom had the answer. We'll be back with you in about 5 minutes' time. I'm Zach Clark, broadcasting from the Cloverdale Athletic Park, and you're watching FTF Canada Vancouver Summer Series Combine. Team 2 and Team 4, the final half, that's up next. Hello everybody and welcome back to FTF Canada, Vancouver Summer Series Combine. It is the final half of the day. I am Zach Clark, broadcasting to you from the Cloverdale Athletic Park in beautiful British Columbia. And it's the final half of the day. Team 2 and Team 4, your final goaltenders. Franco Campos backstopping orange on the right-hand side, and on the left-hand side backstopping blue, it's Gavin Wagstaff. Currently tied at 1 goals from Ben Boquist and Carter Lindstrom is where we stand. Gabriel Ruzicka-Deshaw on the near side will connect with Cruz Moreno, will steer that back to the netminder. Now with it over on the far wall, Tanner Takats. He'll steer that further on. Chadina going for a run. Trying to cut down the middle. Bit of a collision there, and Blue's going to be rewarded with the ball. Sending that one through. It goes just behind Fadi Hamdan. Hamdan just unable to take out Nathaniel Smith there as he made a nice move at the last second. Smith. Across to Meyer. Long through ball. Ben Boquist takes it away. And now it's back for the keeper. The keeper Campos gets it across to the near side. Jackson Drafey finds it for Orange before steered across for Achadina. That one dropped back, and a pass for Nathaniel Smith clipped a Blue player before heading out. Smith, his throw will be kicked out by Blue once again. So we'll rinse and repeat that. Different throw taker this time. This Drafey puts it forward. Now an opportunity just outside the top of the box. The through ball comes through, and Wagstaff gets there first. Ben Boquist running onto that one, hoping for his second of not just the combine, but the game. And unfortunately for him, nothing doing. Kai Jackman. Forward to the head. Brought back by Tanner Takats. Now, bouncing ball lands at the feet of Reese Curtis. I'll take a couple deflections before going out for a corner kick here. Lining up to take that, Maxim Achadina. As Orange will look to regain the lead they once had, courtesy of Ben Boquist. Here's the kick. Achadina keeps that one low. It's initially blocked, but Achadina able to take it right back. Trying to make a move. Achadina stays right with it. They're going to say that foul goes the way of Blue. They'll have a chance to advance it from their own end. Down the far perimeter. Keeping his back turned, he'll find Carter Lindstrom. Lindstrom couldn't hold on, and that is absolutely rocketed down the pitch by the defender. Franco Campos, he'll hang on. Now Jackson Drafey coughs it up. Running onto that's Lincoln James. He's taken down from behind. Seems to be in a bit of pain. And of course, Lincoln James, he had been taken down in a similar fashion earlier. I can't remember which leg it was that he was walking gingerly on earlier. Hopefully not the same one. Undeniably, James falls pretty hard there. This is going to be a great opportunity when he gets up. And thankfully, much like earlier, looks like he is all right. But, when you get stepped on by another cleat, that does tend to smart. So I don't fault him for taking a second to get up. Now this is going to be a quality chance here for Blue with a kick about 10, maybe 15 feet away from the box. Probably closer to 10, and the referee will put the wall within the white lines. Here's the strike from distance and a diving save from Campos. That's a quality strike from that distance, labeled for the bottom right corner. But diving across, Franco Campos able to keep that one out. It's going to be Jacob Boyd taking this kick at the bottom right-hand corner. Boyd, the strike comes through. It's high, goes off the defender's head in front. Some good defending there. I believe it's Carter Lindstrom who got ahead to that. And no, pardon me, it was Jackson Drafey who knocked that one away. And now off to the races the other way are Orange. Potentially a break here if he can get around the defender. Charging the net. Defense takes it away from behind. Marvelously defended there. As off to the races was Jacob Anaka. Had a decent lead. Still not out of danger. Here's the finish. And defender blocks it in front. Another rebound, and this time it's the keeper. Bang, bang play there in front as Orange had not one but two chances. Nathaniel Smith had a good look at the first one, and the second one was Ben Boquist. And it was Gavin Wagstaff that made a spectacular stop on the second try. Here we are with Nathaniel Smith trying to send a lead ball here for his teammate to run onto, but Wagstaff's right there and not afraid to pick that up. Kai Jackman. He's got one this game. Or this combine, rather. Ball will roll down the right-hand side. We're going to have a deep Blue throw-in. Not a whole lot of options there for Hamdan, but he'll find one. Plays it back up high. Gabriel Ruzicka to Shaw. He'll have a long look trying to get that to the top of the key, but it's fought off in front by the defense. Now steered through by Achadina. Sprinting for this one, and he's got some wheels. It's Ben Boquist looking for the front of the net. Boquist gets around the first defender, stops, shoots, and it's blocked in front. Great effort from Boquist to get around two players and get a quality chance off, but unfortunately for him, shall not result in a shot on goal. And now Achadina. Around to Nathaniel Smith. Another high kick, and Wagstaff gets to that one. Respectable attempt from Jack Nicholson there, as that was going to go just inside the post, but Wagstaff finds it, and he's going to put that straight into the crowd, and in fact, that's going to make it up here. That's a whole lot of fun for us to have one of these, as our camera guy Elliot would be able to find that one and launch it back in. It's been a while since I've gotten involved in play. And I think for those who are trying to see skilled soccer, it's best that I stay uninvolved. We'll have substitutions coming in here from both sides. Jackson Drafey. That'll deflect a couple times before making its way back to Barclay Meyer, who's going to send it down the middle for Achadina. To the perimeter, Milo Braid trying to beat the defender with speed, getting to the inside. That's a great battle. It's an even better win, however, by Jacob Boyd. Some more fighting through the midfield as Milo Braid looks to connect with his teammate Achedina. He'll find him before dropping it further across Nathaniel Smith. Achedina. Ahead, Evan Lee finds it. Or pardon me, that's Jacob Anaka. That'll go off Anaka and out of play for a throw here taken by Nathan Donikowski. That throw and launch down the left side going to be run onto here by Blue, and I believe this will be a corner kick as it escaped out off the defender, and sure enough it shall. Opportunity strikes. Taking this one is Jacob Boyd. Boyd on the far corner. A cluster of teammates in the box. Here's the kick. Jacob Boyd curls it in. It's a shallow drive, and that's going to deflect out of play as it clipped off Cuthbert Juco and out. Now sprinting down the left side, racing to keep this in. Just unable to do so was Jackson Drafey. It will at least make its way down the pitch, and it's a deep Blue throw-in in their own end. Here it is. Lifted in, being knocked down by Maxim Achedina. Will be Blue quick to recover. They'll find Hamdan. He'll play that one back for Jacob Boyd. He'll further it to the keeper. Wagstaff has to be careful, but makes a nice move to fake out the striker. And now a lengthy kick. Good battle going to be won here. Stolen in tight by Joshua Gilbert. He'll take it to the outside. Gilbert running out of room to maneuver. He'll put it towards the box, and that's going to bounce harmlessly to the keeper, Franco Campos. Stolen here by Orange. They've got numbers approaching the top of the box. Taken away by the defense, but it will be retrieved over on the far side by Bangu. Bangu trying to play that one in deep for the striker. That just won't happen. Jackson Drafey. Played back across before being received by Jack Nicholson. Nicholson for Nathaniel Smith. And once again, it'll go out on the far side. Nathan Donikowski lines up for the throw. Approximately 5 to 10 minutes left max in this game. The final game of day one of the FTF Summer Combine here in Vancouver. Of course, these combines all across Canada. And if you're interested, check out the ones in Montreal, Toronto, and right here in Vancouver, as Fadi Hamdan looks to advance for Blue. His pocket picked deftly there by a strong play for the defender. And a bit physical there as crashing into the wall is Jack Nicholson. Looks like he's all right as the two number 109s collide, and that'll be a free kick here for Orange. I think after having perfect weather all day, it might be starting to threaten rain, but we should get out of here before anything starts to hit. Lengthy kick. It's knocked down by Kai Jackman. And now exercising a pass over the left-hand side. Jackson Dreyfus retrieves. Trying to cut back down the middle. Dreyfus couldn't get around the defender. Bounced out of play. It's going to be a blue throw. Taken by Jacob Boyd. Boyd ahead for Achadina. Achadina, he's got lots of room to maneuver. Trying to take it to the outside. He's stopped up by Reese Curtis, so Achadina has to double back. Curtis still chasing. Achadina's going to dish off. Now to the near side. Bangu has it. Cuts around one defender. Bangu trying to get around the second to the inside. He'll stop up. Bangu looking for the finish. Finds Achadina. The shot's blocked. Now back up to Jackson Dreyfus. He'll steer that one around. Nicholas Sinicic. Kicks it loose to Bangu. He's going to try from a distance, and that's swallowed up by Gavin Wagstaff. Not appearing to trouble him. Long kick down the left side, trying to run onto it. The striker has a chance, has to slow down, can't catch up to that shot, and it'll bounce out. Unfortunate there is running onto that one with a good opportunity was Cuthbert Juco, but just ran out of real estate to work with the ball. Let that escape him, and we'll have our final substitutions of day one, as both teams will take off a couple players before allowing the netminder Franco Campos to play with the ball. Jackson Dreyfus able to knock it across there. As Milo Braid forwards the ball for Orange, it's going to be taken right back the other way as Blue able to intercept and stop up play. Nathan Donikowski awards his team with a throw-in by banking it off an Orange player. And he'll chuck that one backwards. Kai Jackman. That's a cross for Jacob Boyd. Boyd. Around to Hamdan. To Boyd. Now to the left wing we go. Blue trying to take back their lead. It'll be bounced off the defender in front, Jacob Anaka, and we'll have another throw. Here it comes deep. Right down the middle. Goalkeeper can't find it. The rebound's loose for Hamdan to try to tap home. He can't get the shot away. Diving is both the goalkeeper and Hamdan. And he just can't get there in time, as that'll be steered out. Fadi Hamdan staying down for a moment, but looks like he's all right. The goalkeeper Campos. Plays it over to the near side. Lengthy ball up ahead. Bangu going to have to run into this one. Amjad Singh Bangu has it in the corner. He'll step around the defender. Nice move by Bangu, trying to get loose. He's in tight. The shot comes through, and it's over top of the net. Great setup by Bangu, and the finish just a little high, and he didn't even have that much power. But of course, when you're that close to the net, it's not a lot of power that you need. Another blue throw on the far side in the dwindling moments of day one. Forwarding the ball, again is blue. Was trying to connect with Reese Curtis going on a run. But that'll be sent out. Referee gonna remind them it's an orange throw. Jacob Anaka runs to take. Time of the essence here for both these sides. A couple players tripping over the ball there as it goes back and forth, and now Orange with an opportunity to further play. Here's Jackson Drafee trying to send a through ball, but it will be the netminder Wagstaff who's able to run out of that one first. An attempt at a long feed is sent straight out of play. And you could hear the disparaged reaction to his own kick there from Jacob Boyd. I'm sure they don't pick up on the broadcast, but I've liked a lot of the positive communication that you can hear between a lot of these guys, as most of them don't play on the same teams in regular club play. Battle down to the corner. Launched way up into the air. It's just going to fall back down near Bangu. Bangu gets that first touch. Now sent back the other way, and a nice defensive leg there from Reese Curtis. If had that ball gone by him, Bangu would have been off to the races on a breakaway. Now on the far side, Juco. Cuthbert Juco able to corral that one up the middle. The second pass taken away by Jackson Drafee. He'll find Bangu, back to Drafee. He's going to stop, shoot, just over top of the net. One will ricochet wide. See, referee has just given the 3-minute warning, I believe that is. It's either 3 or 4. So we are certainly no more than 4 minutes away from the ending of this game. Here is Wagstaff. Here comes Blue advancing. Slowing down there. Stop up to evaluate the options. Reese Curtis. He'll get it to the far side of the box. Trying to put that back down the middle. Opportunity strikes here. And unfortunately for them, Lincoln James doesn't. As that ball just hopped over his outstretched leg. That'll be cleared down the pitch by Orange. No chance for Bangu to run onto that one. So we'll have another throw as the referee checks his stopwatch again. A throw here. Picked up by Lincoln James down low. He'll go for a run, shadowed by Drafee. James dishes off to the right side for Hamdan, and Hamdan gets the throw in. Now leaves it for Jack Nicholson. Or pardon me, no, it's Jacob Boyd. Wrong 109. Boyd's throw in. Collected now. Back and forth here as Orange trying to get one potentially last rush. Here comes the through ball. Racing for its Bongo. He's got to step on the defender and he'll get there before it goes out. Bangu makes his moves, trying to get loose to the top of the box. He's found a passing option and the shot is well high there. The strike coming through from Ben Boquist, looking for his second of the game, but to no such luck. Here's the kick. Out to the far side. Game can basically be called whenever the referee would like it, so it's up to these last final chances. Joku with an awesome opportunity, and it's kept aside by a diving effort from Franco Campos, potentially game-saving if they can get out of this unscathed. Here's Hamdan. He's picked up the rebound, has it at the top of the key. Trying to get that in. He's taken out. Ball still bouncing. Referee's blown the whistle. And that will do it. The final game has had its final whistle, and that will do it here for day one of the FTF Vancouver Summer Series Combine. Once again, I'd like to thank you all so much for tuning in. I have been your broadcaster, Zach Clark. This final game finishes with a score of 1-1, Team 2 and Team 4 draw. I'd like to thank the technical staff so much for helping out. Elliot, the cameraman, for doing an awesome job, largely in the destroying sun for the whole day. So a true trooper for being able to put on through that one. I'd like to thank FTF Canada, Henry, Shana, the rest of the staff for having me back. I've loved doing these combines. So happy to be back for my fourth one, and hopefully many more after that. Tomorrow, the broadcaster shall not be myself. It shall be Liam Higgs, another quality broadcaster from the Vancouver area. And today is a wrap. Once again, one last time, I'd like to thank everyone involved with this. I'd like to thank you for spending your day at home with us here at FTF Canada. We hope you've enjoyed it as much as we did. One last time, signing off, I have been Zach Clark, broadcasting from the Cloverdale Athletic Park, and you have been watching FTF Canada Summer Series Combine. Tune in tomorrow again at 9 a.m. for day 2. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night.